We're here! I'm pretty sure we're here.
Hello.
I'm still getting used to this new stream OBS. This is a new OBS, so yeah. So hello everyone, and welcome back to Fate's End, a Dungeons and Dragons homebrew game driven by fate. I will be your tail weaver for the evening. Let's get into our announcements real quick, like. Boop, boop, boop. As you can see, unfortunately, Christian/Luden isn't here with us tonight because, you know, he's in stunt school doing some super cool things.
He's busy being set on fire, as far as I know.
And falling downstairs.
Not falling, thrown.
Thrown
down.
down the stairs.
Bursting
On
through windows,
purpose.
being punched in the face.
All those
much
things.
fun.
Yes. Which is absolutely exciting and just amazing. So we miss him this evening, but we will see our dear Christian again, I believe next week. I think he'll be back next week. I want to go ahead and shout out Tabletop Audio. Tabletopaudio.com for the ambiance we use in our shows from time to time. All of this audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games, but please consider supporting Tim on Patreon so he can continue to make amazing sound sets. And we currently support him and encourage you to do so as well. And we'll put a link to his website in the chat. I just realized that the Vermintide timer is on. I will turn that off momentarily.
No, let them influence the game.
Just ignore that. We want to shout out 9 Realms Gaming, our partner. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. They make dice trays, dice vaults, hero vaults, dice towers, all gorgeous. And if you want to grab some epic game gear, you can visit their website at 9realmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LIAR10. We also want to shout out DICEY Encounters. They make gorgeous handcrafted dice for the most dicey of encounters. They make standard sets, chunky dice, magnets, and singles. And if you want to grab a set of those glittering gems, head over to DiceyEncountersDice.com and use our exclusive partner code LIAR10 to get 10% off your purchase. We also want to shout out Sirenscape for the ambient sounds, music, and their online player that we use from time to time. If you want to follow us on social medias, you can use the command socials to check us out on all of our social channels, or if you want to follow the cast of Fate's End, you can use command FateCast, and you can follow the entire cast of Fate's End. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube to catch up on all of our shows. Giveaway. So we didn't get the chance to give away our Founder's Enamel Pin from our last session with all the technical difficulties. So tonight we are going to give away the very last Founder Enamel Pin.
Awesome.
Only 100 of these have been made, and we only have one left. We are giving one away today. They're signed by both Daniel and I. We made these to celebrate the creation of Ink and Lyre and our channel launching last year, and to reward those who chose to support us early from the very beginning. Again, once they're all gone, they're on. This is the last one. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna open up the giveaway. Now, if you already entered last Monday, your entry is still there. It's still valid, so no worries. I'm basically gonna reopen that same giveaway from last Monday. And you can enter, so let me do that for a moment. I'm gonna open that back up. It's command loot, which is !loot to enter. And we will announce the winner at the break. Also, you must be a follower to enter, so make sure to follow if you are not already following us. All right. Just a reminder, actually, hold on a second. Hold up. So many things are happening. Before I forget here. Boom! Stargazer's Guide to Aurora. Kickstarter is still live, and we just hit our 1,000th backer. I think it was, was it today or was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, it was today.
It was today.
I've lost track of time and space, but yes, we got our 1,000th backer, which is so amazing, super exciting. Zodiac is coming to Dungeons & Dragons, and the Stargazer's Guide to Aurora is a campaign setting for 5e that brings a Zodiac character build system, new classes, races, and a robust world to explore. You can grab this now by using Command Kickstarter, and that will send you right over to our Kickstarter. Just to let you all know, all of the Aspiring Hero early bird tiers, it's gone. They're all 500 of them are gone. So, and that was as of today. We only have about 129 out of 500 of the Aspiring Hero, the digital tier. That's at $20. So if you want to grab that, grab it now before it's gone. Whew, I'm already sweating up here. With that being said, we're gonna go into our recap because we did have technical difficulties last session. It's fairly short, but yeah. So we're gonna get into our recap of last session. So with that being said, the time has come. Let's draw our cards for tonight's episode of Fate's End. Would anybody like to kind of just give us a brief catch up of where we are?
Oh, I'm drinking the accursed bean water.
You get bean water,
Trying
and then it clicks, and you're like, the beans! It's all connecting.
We will address this with the whole group, but there is some beans-related business happening in the city.
They're all the beans.
I was looking for a bean-related pun, but it didn't come.
Ludin and Uramir, and you rejoin the crew here. You don't have a party name. I would have called you that.
Thanks for reminding us.
You rejoin the other individuals to which you adventure with and quest with on a daily basis.
There you go.
Look how many beans this is. It's 8,000 gold worth of beans. I take the ledger, I hand it to Ludin. So
It's a lot of beans.
It is quite a lot of beans.
Investigate the beans.
So there are two addresses that we thought might be relevant to look into more. First is beans, of course. And then we also wanted to look at 628 amber, just because it comes up time and time again.
What is nitric acid and ammonia?
Oh, wait! I remember this. I spilled some in Crick's lab. It was a beaker that I broke, and he got really upset because he was afraid I would blow up the whole, school.
Both of them together make something explosive, or just the individual components are already?
Yeah, I bet if you put them together, it would probably blow up.
428 emerald is beans, and 628 amber is the possible bomb.
The party seems to be splitting up yet again into three: Ludin and Samson, Praeria and Uramir, and Hesperis and Finnalai.
It kind of occurs to Finn what he basically forgot was happening tonight. His date, his walk is tonight. So he stops in his tracks, Finn does, and he goes, you know what? I'll meet you there. I'll be right back. All right. And he shuffles in his bag to get a candle, and he lights it real quick, and he puts it in a cup or something. And he's just gonna be like, Livy, I know this is surprising, but I've never done this before, and if you could just help me out, I need something to wear, or I need something. I need something. I've never done this before. So if you could, thank you.
You see a pair, it's weird, the eyes are black, but you see them just outside of the corner, leaning against the building, smiling.
We know who it is, he's leaning.
He's leaning.
That's the strat. He's leaning.
Yeah. Oh.
He just has severe scoliosis.
Lovey, did you by chance bring something for me?
My dear Finnalai, you are absolutely adorable. And I'm so honored that you reached out to me to be your atelier. I believe it's what they call them.
Sure. I mean, yes, of course.
You've done so well recently. With what you did with Eula, of course. That
was great, wasn't it?
What a wonderful laugh that was, yes. So I do believe that I could do a little something for you.
Okay.
As long as you'll continue to ask Luden questions.
Of course. I mean, he doesn't really like talking to me right now, but I think we're I'm working on it. Yeah.
Of course. And he just kind of like pulls you up close and begins like he's adjusting your collar. You didn't have a collar before. And he just kind of like smooths out your shoulders and dusts it off a little bit, and he just kind of like fixes your hair one strand, and he goes, something simple, nothing too flashy. But of course, I think we've kept the lovely lady waiting quite enough, don't you think?
Yeah. Wow, this looks really kind of fancy.
You look
Thank
down
you.
at your clothes and you look up and he's gone.
So I start
Okay.
walking. Yeah. I am sorry. I am. If I seem a little. It's been a moment since I've been very strange. I apologize.
Since you've what?
Not as serious as you are thinking. It's just we've never really had a long one-on-one conversation before.
Right. Usually, everybody else is with us.
Yes. There were actually a few things that I was hoping to talk to you about, but
Of course.
yes, they're not So the first thing I have to talk about is not so much fun, but I think it is important.
Okay.
No, it is. I think it's,
We can talk about not fun stuff too. I don't mind. I mean, we can talk about anything you want.
Thank you. I wanted to apologize for the way that I treated you on the ship. It was disgraceful. It was unkind, and
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It surprised me, but it got me thinking, right? Because you asked what I wanted, right? And you said you are never sure what I want. And no one's ever really said that to me before. Like, no one's ever really considered, I guess, what I want. Does that make sense? Am I rambling?
no, that makes complete sense.
Right. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's okay. I mean, that's what was on your mind.
Well, I appreciate that, but you really did not do anything wrong, and I should not have been angry with you.
Well, I mean, I kind of, asked about things I probably shouldn't have, right?
No, but I like that about you.
Really?
Yes, I do. You are always very much. I don't know exactly how to say this, but you are always very much yourself, Finnalai. And you are always so honest with the things that you do. I never have to think, oh, what is he trying for? Or, oh, he's trying to disguise something. Not that you cannot lie, but just you are always Finnalai, and I admire it very much.
Thanks. I mean, I guess for the last few weeks, I've been thinking about, what you said, what I want. And at least with you, Hesperis, I want you to feel like you can do the same. It seems like when we're with the party. It almost seems like sometimes you stand outside of the party, like you let everyone make a decision and you'll support whatever decision it is, but it almost feels like I don't know, I don't want to speak for you. I just hope that you can feel like you are part of the party, right? And that you can say whatever you want and it's okay, and that you're comfortable talking to us. That's what I want, I guess. And I didn't really say it right that day. I should have given you space.
I should have communicated better, and that is very kind of you. I appreciate this a great deal. You are a godly man, and I very much admire how you are able to serve yourself and your party and your god at the same time. My god sent me here not to be a part of you, but to aid or... Do you understand? I am not the reason that I do not act, so much as part of the party is that I am not. It doesn't make any sense to me.
But you are. You are part of the party. You're important to us. And I know you say Remblay sent you to help us, but in a way, don't you think helping means being a part of that decision? Means belonging with us?
I mean, it sounds a lot harder than what I am doing right now, to be honest with you. I don't like to make decisions so much, usually.
Yeah. And sometimes making decisions, I mean, we make decisions and others don't like them, right? So, but that's the great thing about being part of a collective is, well, I guess we're supposed to make, he realizes what he's saying and he's like, oh God, I didn't do this. Like, I'm already pointing out. We're supposed to make a decision and go with it. And everybody is supposed to, well, you know what I mean. Sort of not what Samson and I did recently, but I mean, that's what we're supposed to do.
I think your intentions were good. Finnalai, I think your intentions are always good. I think the communication could use some work, but I think you're going to come around on it. I want to say I've been spending a lot of time with Luden. He says something similar to what you say. I should consider more what I want and what would make me happy, and I do things. And that's part of why I asked to talk to you today. Because I don't know exactly what it is, but I think I would like to carry your books when your bag gets too heavy, and heal you when you are wounded, and maybe just take walks together sometimes, I think.
We can do that.
Yes, it's not like I'm not, it is just not a proposition, a large thing, just...
I can carry anything you have too, like any bags or perfume. Yeah, my bag carries a lot, actually. It has lots of room in it.
I can see that it carries a lot, yes. Yeah. Just, that is what that is one of the things that I wanted to say, so
And we're back. Wow, that transition was so fast. Whoa, God, we're here.
Whoa.
Whoa. We're here.
Give you whiplash.
Did give me whiplash. All right. Before we jump back in, let me turn this off. There we go. All right. Last session was a bit rough because we did have technical difficulties with the stream. The party regrouped after the individual endeavors, or after all of your individual endeavors. Samson and Hesperis shared the ledger they found, and the group discussed their suspicion of it. Finnalai took note of Cassius beginning to write in a journal. Whole bunch of stuff. Then as the party began to break off after the Midnight Circus was introduced, a magnificent, terrifying, but enthralling troupe of individuals that you all seem very excited to meet. They disappeared in a whirl of magic and began setting up near the city's oasis. When we left off, Finnalai was visited by Levi, a plea to his god that was answered, and he was transformed from head to toe in a new outfit chosen by our audience, the Blood Gods. And Finnalai was donned in a red swashbuckler outfit, and the walk between Hesperis and Finnalai began. Their date, their walk. Just as Samson kind of ushered the rest of the party off. So we're going to shift away from that for a moment as we join Uramir and Praeria making their way to 628 Amber, one of the addresses on the ledger that seemed very suspicious.
All right, so as we're walking, we get a good distance away from the party and stuff, and Uramir's kind of quiet at first, and then he'll just kind of abruptly look over at Praeria and say, I never got to say thank you.
For what?
For staying, for helping me find my father. I know you're missing people too.
Well, you have become important to me, so there is nowhere I would rather be. And in any case, my family will probably be okay. Your father is more immediate.
It means a lot, more than I think you and the others realize. Yeah.
If anyone realizes, I do.
Yeah. Just with everything happening, I'd understand if you left.
Uramir. Praeria holds up her hand, and looks like she expects him to hold his up too. She touches the tips of her fingers to the tips of his fingers, and like a little light comes up between them. I will not leave you. I will find your father with you. I promise this. The light gets a little brighter, and it kind of circles around their hands and disappears.
He'll close his hand to a fist and look at it, then look back up at Praeria and say, and once that's done, I'll help you find your family as well.
Thank you.
How many siblings do you have anyway?
How many siblings does she have? It's a lot.
Back to the beginning.
Let me check my notes. I don't know that. I think she's got like 10. Is it 10?
You both continue passing through the shimmering bazaar over to the I believe it's the Amber District.
Yes.
Over to that neighborhood. As you kind of like are walking through, you do notice like this isn't a poor neighborhood, but it's not like super wealthy either. This is about middle class. Most of the homes here are two stories high. But most of that is because of the landscape, how the massive cracks in the earth, and there's only so much space within each segment of the city. And so building houses kind of like on top of each other. And then some of the other houses are single homes, but with 2 stories. Did you find it, Raina?
No.
Just ballpark it. It's
I know. I wrote this down.
Somewhere between 3 and 19.
That
somewhere
many.
between 3 and 19.
Like, I think she had like 10 siblings, or there
It
were
was a
10
lot.
in
It
total.
was a lot.
I
It was
remember it was
many.
in double digits. Yeah. Yeah, you've got a bit more at stake, is all I'm saying. Did you ever get into? Did you ever have a big fight with any of them?
I cannot recall anything serious, but of course we fight. Too many people want the same thing, and somebody took the last piece of flour bread,
Yeah. You'll kind of look down at the ground and like kick a rock or something. Be like, technically I'm an only child, but coming up in the Undercity, Micah was always like a brother to me. I'm not entirely sure how to feel about him being back, considering everything that's happened. Do you think he's been following us the entire time?
I do not think so. I am sure he may have listened for us, but follow like Cyprian follow, I don't think.
Well, it's not like we've exactly been subtle about our presence as we travel.
True. It is a wonder more people do not know.
Speaking of Cyprian, do you trust him?
It is hard to say. Finn says yes, and Samson says no.
Even though it was Samson's idea to go talk to him, but whatever.
Well, it's hard to say. Finn is certainly optimistic, and Samson is the opposite.
But you've always been the level-headed one.
It's hard to keep level when everything is up in the air. Sinking, flying, sideways, upside down. I do not know things anymore, and that frightens me.
I know what you mean. The Undercity, the Seven, this thing inside of me now. It's all more than I ever thought I'd experience. And you ever thought about what you're going to do after all this? Like, after all of our families are united and the 7 are defeated, and I mean,
Well, I hadn't a lot before, but all I know is that I will go where my family goes. If that is here, I will stay here. If it is there, then I will make my peace there. But
by there you mean the Feywilds. I don't, that's the one thing I'm not quite sure I understand about you, Prey. Like, he'll look around, make sure nobody's paying attention. He's like, you're like royalty, like bona fide, like heir to the throne, Feywild queen. And look, all I'm saying is, if someone told me I was a prince or a king, I'd jump on that opportunity.
What would that mean? We don't have kings or queens in our forest, and I have never left there. From what I've seen, they have things, shiny hats.
Shiny hats and buckles on their shoes, and he'll look down at the buckles on his shoes since he got a new outfit, and nice vests that float when you land in the water. No, a lot of them remind me of Caravis. Even back in the Cambria, they hide behind titles and call it power, but they're just spineless little whelps at the end of the day who wouldn't know what to do if they were stripped of all that. But I don't know, something tells me you'd be a good ruler.
I would be a good coward who would not know what to do.
You would be what a ruler is supposed to be. Someone who inspires people, someone who looks out for people, someone who cares about. He'll pause for a second. Say, someone who would put off finding their entire family just to help a friend find his father. If more rulers were like that, then the world would be a better place.
Well, then maybe it won't be so bad.
Just something to consider, I guess. I mean, it's your throne after all.
We will see when we get there, I suppose. And speaking of getting there, where are we going?
You both begin making your way, of course, and you find yourselves finally within the Amber District. You both approach a home of moderate wealth. Parts of the exterior of the building is polished smooth in some places, like stones rounded by the ocean over time. The flat-roofed house stretches up 2 stories. The second is draped with a colorful purple canopy that kind of shelters one from the shade. A silly notion, some of you think, as you're all protected from the sun already. But you have made it to 628 amber. There aren't any guards outside of this home, but you do see the guards are sparingly throughout the entire amber district.
How do they look? Like, do they look like? Do they look nefarious? Like they're part of an evil, like they're part of an evil organization that kidnaps people's fathers?
So
Are they black? Do they have
Oh my
multiple
God.
thorny crowns coming out the top?
Are they are they drow?
We hear a deep cackling from within the home.
Are they
Yes.
just floating cloaks with smoke coming out of them? Are they?
Right.
Yes, all those things. No.
All right, Prey. I think we found them.
So throughout Sable, just kind of give you an idea of the city as a whole. Again, like the militia in Sable are mostly funded by the wealthy. So like wealthy people and families, they have their own personal set of militia. There is a citywide militia, but it's nothing like it was in La Cambria. There's not nearly as much citywide militia. All of the militia that you do see is typically family related. You would see different crests, different colors based on that, like in the house symbols based on the family. This area does have the citywide militia, but there's not a whole lot.
You said most of them are funded by the wealthy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, our favorite people.
Yeah. Rich people with private armies. What could go wrong?
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
I could scout out.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll both scout. How about we go around the perimeter and meet back here?
All right, I'm gonna need both of you to make stealth checks for me, please.
Can I cast invisibility?
You sure can.
Awesome. I do that.
Praeria, Eramir just disappears before you, which would give you advantage on your stealth check, Eramir.
Yeah.
Effective.
Oh wait, where? Okay. I found it. No, I lost it again.
You fall into one of the pits.
Whoops. All right, I found it. Stealth
Ooh, nice, Praeria.
with advantage.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Y'all are.
Yeah.
So let's take it one at a time since you split up. Eramir, what are you doing like stealth wise? What are you looking to do?
I'll talk. Is this a 1-story or 2-story building?
It's a 2-story building.
Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send Umber up to the 2nd story. Are there any windows around there or anything like that?
There are lots of. It's still fairly like. I mean, it's cooler, but it's very. Most of the homes here are very open concept, especially on the 2nd level.
Okay, cool. Would it be possible? I know I might be pushing the limits of what Umber can do here, but like, could he like
see through his eyes?
No, I don't want to see through his eyes. I'm saying, look, I created him. I am Geppetto, and he is my Pinocchio, right? So we have this bond, right? So we're normal people here. It's like Han and Chewie. I understand Umberese. So could I get him to kind of give me a recon of like what he sees on the inside?
Explain how you would do that.
Oh my god.
How I do that?
How would you do that?
Okay,
do you Umber, do you see anything up there?
No, I would order Umber to fly up to that window up there,
okay,
and count how many people you see inside. That's all I want to know. Is just how many people you see inside.
I will allow you to ask yes or no questions to Umber, and Umber will flash his little light bulb or
Dope.
flick.
Okay, I can work with that.
I'll let that happen.
Okay, so as he's flying up, and while he's doing that, I'm kind of doing the same thing on the ground level, like just looking. I mean, I'm invisible, so I'm like looking in the windows, kind of see, like checking, like looking at doors, not quite opening them, but just like carefully turning the knob or the handle to see if they're locked or unlocked, that kind of stuff.
They're definitely locked. If you're
Okay.
checking the door, they're definitely locked.
Well, it's like midday, right? Like almost like the sun's just now setting.
It's 4 p.m. according to our clock.
Okay, cool. Okay. So yeah, I would first I want to look inside on the ground floor and see if and see what I see inside. Do I see anyone? Do I see bombs?
You again look inside this kind of like fractured looking window. It's very beautiful. And you do see light from inside the home. Mm-hmm. And you do see someone moving around. Kind of
just
like in
one
the back.
Person?
Just one person kind of like moving around in the back. And they're moving around and they go around the corner and kind of like go out of view, possibly to over where Praeria is moving.
Okay. What's the layout of the room? Is there a lot of stuff around, like a lot of sacks, a lot of?
You kind of looking in at this room. You see like stacks of books. You see like a nice little coffee table. The home is very polished. You see what looks to be a study, and just like a nice little like tea set is laid out on the coffee table, and
it's suspiciously tasteful.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Is the tea set for one or two?
It's a full set of tea.
Okay.
Based on your background, there are multiple cups, and there are multiple cups, which could be multiple people.
Are there multiple seats?
I mean, there's a couch. It's again like this. All of the furniture isn't like very over the top, like a very rich and wealthy person, but it's there's still
middle class.
Like middle class cushions, and they do have throw pillows on them.
Wow.
Interesting. So
Pier 1?
so just a nice home.
Did they go to Pier 1?
Yeah.
No.
Praeria, what are you doing? Also,
right.
Umber would have told you no, he did not see anyone on the second floor.
All right, well, Praeria is noting entrances and exits. She is watching the guards to see if she can determine any kind of rotation. She is sniffing to see if she can get any weird smells.
So you're going around the back?
Yes, she's gonna try and do like a full perimeter sweep.
Okay. Are you looking through the windows as you're kind of moving along the side and around?
Yes.
As you kind of move, you do see like a set of guards pass by with your stealth check. You are solid. They're kind of like talking to one another, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna go to the midnight circuit? It looked amazing, right? You think I could get leave for that? You think I could?" Well, of course you could, mate. I really don't think you could. And they just walk on by. You make your way, kind of looking through the window, and you do see a man kind of walking. He moves from where Ermir would have saw through into the next room, which, as you kind of like walk through, you do see like it looks like a chemistry set of sorts, like bottles and different kind of concoctions, different colors, just kind of like lining this kind of back area, which looks kind of like a little bit of like a workshop. This man's workshop.
It's Heisenberg.
And then like as you kind of move around the entire back of this building, it is fenced off, but as you kind of look over, you see a plethora of just different variety of plants. Just a plethora. Some are used for poison making, some are used for health benefits, different kinds of different kind of flowers that you can see like some kind of like blue blooms that like if you touch them and you like hold them in your hand will give you frostbite. Just a variety of different plants.
Interesting. Yes.
Okay.
Do we meet back up?
Yeah. Like we'll make our rounds and then we'll meet back up and exchange information. So just one person? How many? How much of the bomb material was being shipped here on the ledger? It had like the amount, didn't it, on it?
Yeah.
You can. I did put it
Is it in the chat?
It is in the chat if you need to pull it back up again.
It's in the chat. Yeah.
Yes. Time to do some math.
Good old-fashioned detective work.
I can pull it back up.
Our worst enemy, math.
All right.
I gotta pull it back up so our audience
Okay,
can see
lovely.
the ledger here. The suspicious
And-
ledger that our party has found.
This was what 628? Is that what it was?
628 amber.
Okay, nitric acid. So you see 75 nitric acid, and what was the other thing?
Wait, 75 what?
75 weight. 75 pounds. I don't. 75 liters.
Hold on. Grams.
Milliliters, kilometers. Does anybody know
That is
the
my
maddening
goal.
answer to this question?
I don't.
Wait.
I don't. It just says 75. So that it was it was nitric acid and ammonia, right? And there's only 10 units of ammonia.
All right.
So,
It's
Ooh, okay.
probably not gallons.
800. You know what? You're probably
barrels. It's all
It could
the
be
metric
in
is
barrels.
barrels.
It's in bushels and barrels.
right. This was in barrels. There's also some 628. There's also some silver in here, and some fresh water. So I'm guessing whoever this person is, Hush has them hold up here, presumably making bombs for them with the chemistry set that you saw. If it's just one
Yeah.
person, I mean,
What are you
What did
guys
you,
gonna do?
what did you make of the comings and goings of the guards?
They do not seem. I don't want to say not competent. They are. They do not seem threatening.
Whoa, Lord, you.
Oh no,
you
Lauren is
aight?
dead.
You aight?
Those cutting words just destroyed her.
She's
I
like,
don't even
my
have
guards
that
aren't
spell."
threatening. I'll show you.
I'll just die.
How dare
I'm
you?
sorry. I inhaled my drink. I
Oh,
didn't
no.
mean to. I tried to mute myself before I started choking on it. I'm so sorry, everyone.
I
It's
think,
fine.
yeah, it didn't pick up a lot of the. You look very concerned for a second. We were all very worried about you. I'm glad you're okay. Well,
All right.
Continue.
so there's a back door to this place, right?
Yes,
There's my yes.
it leads
So-
to the terrace. You'll have to climb over a wall.
Yeah, but Prayar is like 20 feet tall. So you just step over it.
Do we want to break into man's house?
Well, if it's just one person, here's what I'm thinking. We have
If we see one, we don't know one.
well, Umber did see one on the second floor, and are we, Lauren? Are we confident that we've like? Do we see? Can we? Do you want to stake the place out and see if we see any more people? Because I think there's only one person in there. I mean, how many bomb makers do you need? You just need one really good bomb maker, right?
That's a quote from something. That's a quote from something. I don't know what.
My
That's not how
brain.
many bombs you need.
Well, 75 gallons worth, apparently.
Gallon.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Mm.
I'll send Umber to the second floor to break a window or something, cause some sort of commotion. It'll send him up there. If we could sneak in from the bottom, and not to let any of the guards, you could pick the lock. We could go inside and we could corner him, and hopefully get some answers. I mean, clearly he knows something. He's on this ledger. He has a workshop table. He has a bomb making area in his house. They're sending him silver and fresh water, but the silver's probably just to pay him off.
Hmm.
And it's one guy. There's two of us. I have a demon in me.
Let us try. I would feel better if there was a bigger distraction, or
Well,
perhaps.
like what?
Well, I could talk to him while you look around, or you could talk and I will look. I just don't want him to be on his guard while we are sneaking around house, and perhaps hostage situation is not the most quiet situation. We are trying to keep out of Hush's ears, yes?
Yes. Okay. Let's try it your way. But I think you should be the one to talk to him, because I don't know if I can hold my tongue long enough.
You can disappear again, yes?
I don't think I ever reappeared, but yeah.
Oh, I'm just talking to air.
You've been talking to air this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long does your invisibility last, Ramir?
Up to an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was the 10 minutes or
Yeah.
so. Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
Sweet.
All right.
I've just got my hand on his shoulder, like I'm here.
All right. What are we doing? How's this happen?
If
You go and knock on the door.
Well, she's gonna take her kind of bizarre disguise or whatever and put it on her old cloak, put it down over her face, put her hair down over her face, like a kind of old woman, just hunch over.
Okay. And then Ermir, that's how you're approaching the door, Praeria. Okay.
Yes.
That's not suspicious at all.
I am invisible.
Ermir, what are you doing?
I am invisible, and I let me see. I have thieves' tools. Can I? So that gives me like pluses to pick locks and stuff, right?
I mean, if you're proficient in thieves' tools,
I am proficient in all.
having
tools.
them and being proficient in them is two different things. So if you are proficient, you get to add your proficiency modifier to it.
Yeah, well, I'm an artificer. I got this nifty little feature.
Are you
called...
proficient in?
Blah, 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 blah. This case, what's the say? The product magic tools.
We're about to all find out.
And my proficiency, I am proficient. Yes, I am proficient with them. Yes, I'm proficient in leatherworkers tools, smiths tools, thieves tools, and tinkerers tools.
Okay, I pulled it up because I wasn't sure how long. Yes, you are. Okay.
Would I lie to you? Almighty DM.
Would you, Brandon? Would you?
Who double checks my work? Of course not.
All right, you are. So what would you? I'm guessing you would like to do something with your thieves' tools. What are you doing?
Yes, as Priori goes around to the front to talk to this man in her disguise, I would like to go around to the back and I'm invisible, so I wait until the guards are like turn a corner or something or distracted by something, and I would like to attempt to pick the lock as quietly as possible and make my way inside.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get to the point with the door. So you will have to make an athletics check in order to get over the wall.
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an acrobatics check instead?
No.
Really? I can't parkour over that shit? Alright.
She said,
Athletics?
"You heard me the first time."
She did. He's like, my silence speaks for itself.
My smiling silence is like,
Athletics. Ah, dang it. Oh, wait. I think I have, hang on. Let me look at my artificer bag.
Meanwhile, Praeria begins to approach the door to knock.
Strength check or strength saving throw. Neither.
Does she hear Urmir struggling to get over a wall?
Well,
Probably.
We're about to find out.
Yeah. So this is neither a strength check nor a strength saving throw, huh? Okay. So straight rolls, baby. Let's get it. Athletics check. Ugh.
Jesus.
11.
An 11. It's not that bad of a wall. I'll say like you were over a 10. That's probably good enough. It's not like a crazy wall or anything.
You probably do hear him land on his ass as he gets over the wall.
You hear lots of struggling.
Just looking through the back window of this guy's house, and it's just flailing.
Well, she doesn't see any of that. She hears it because you're invisible.
Yeah.
She's listening to make sure you're okay.
You make it into the backyard and up to the back door. Praeria, you approach and you knock on the door.
I dare.
You hear some movement and the man goes to approach the front door. He opens and you see he's very tall. He has like a kind of like salt and pepper grayed hair. And he's dressed. He has like a vest that's kind of buttoned down in like this kind of like vibrant, almost cobalt blue. And he has like spectacles, like half moon spectacles, and a couple rings on his finger. And goes. He looks at you, and his eyes just kind of like get wide for a second with your hood and like the kind of like closed in, kind of like approaching. And he just kind of like cracks the door a little bit intimidated by whatever is happening right now. And he goes, may I help you?
Oh, yes, hello. I am a seller in the bazaar. I don't know if you have been, or if you have perhaps seen me, but I sell potions and things. I had run out of a certain plant I use, you see, and I heard that perhaps you could help me.
You sell potions. Make a persuasion check for me.
You got this.
I got a ledger. There we go. Persuasion. All right. That's a 17.
Okay. He kind of looks at you and he's like, it is true, I do have a rather large collection of plants, so, being the owner of Vitalities, although I don't like helping competition, but you do look like you're getting your business started up, and it would be incredibly rude for me to just deter you. Urmir, go ahead and roll that lockpick check.
Oh, okay. What is that? Is that a dex check?
That is a sleight of hand check, I believe.
Oh, sleight of hand. Oh, sweet. Let me just roll it. $13.
Yeah, no.
Flash of brilliance.
I already said no.
Yeah, but I was about to.
Before the ruling is made, Urmir. Before the ruling is made. You just kind of like, and it just fails. You just can't get it.
Dadgummit. Can I try again?
I mean,
I can make thieves' tools. So like,
with your fail, we'll move back over to Praeria as you continue to flounder with the door. He goes, before I let you in, would you just mind taking your hood off, please? That would be much better. I've had some things stolen from my shop recently, and you could never be too careful. And you know, I'm not a fighter, but I do have bottles that will melt your skin off and make you smell like Limburger. So, if you could
my
just...
goodness. Certainly, I would never want to make you feel uncomfortable. And she will she'll pull her hood back, and she has used her Furbolg magic to appear older.
Okay. Wonderful. Yes, come in quickly.
Of course.
He just kind of like, when you enter, he shuts the door and just locks. There's like, you can see like a series of locks up the side of his door, and he just gets, and it takes him a good second to finish locking it all up, and he goes, wonderful. Yes, my garden is in the back. I'll take you back, and we'll select some species for you that will help work for your brewing. Ermir, you hear footsteps approaching from the other side of the door. Let me see your passive perception. What is your? It's
a 14.
It's 14. It's not too bad.
Respectable. Yeah.
It's respectable. And with this, it wouldn't be too hard, I think, to hear. You hear footsteps approaching. What do you do? Quick.
I step to the side of the door, out of the immediate pathway, and I'm still invisible, so I just kind of like press myself up against the wall, hoping that they'll just kind of walk past, so that I can maybe sneak my way in.
Give me another stealth check with advantage because you're invisible.
With advantage, my favorite word. Stealth. Woo! Dirty 20.
Lucky that you had advantage, my friend. You see, though, the man approaches the back door, and you know Ermir's back there, Praeria.
Yes, she's like coughing. She's making some noise. She saw those locks and was thinking about him trying to get in the back. Like, this is not gonna happen.
The same thing before. You see a series of locks all up the side of the door, and he's just like, just give me a moment. Again, I can't be too careful. Like I said, I've been robbed a couple times, and I just...
Oh, goodness.
So I didn't fail. I just didn't unlock all of them. I only unlocked the first one.
And it takes him a good second, and he's just like, right this way, dear.
Of course. All of these robberies, are you do not feel unsafe here? Why would you? You could move, perhaps.
Well, it was stolen from my shop.
Your shop?
Yes, but I assume that they will. Hopefully, they won't come to my home establishment. But you can, like I said, you can never be too careful. I'm so sorry. I'm Horace Burbles, purveyor of concoctions and elixirs, alchemist extraordinaire, and the owner of Vitalities in the Shimmering Bazaar. It's so nice to meet you.
You as well. I am Ria. You say you make teas?
That's what I like to call my potions.
Ah, I see. You must be in quite the demand.
My concoctions are rather popular, but I guess I'm in more demand of having my supplies stolen.
Oh, I see.
He opens the door and he begins to walk out, and Ermir just... he begins to walk, doesn't notice you, into the garden and grabs some, shears, some gardening shears, and
slip my way inside.
All right. You make your way inside. They're
just going to begin geeking out on plants, so they will be out there a minute.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, there are just a variety of plants that you can see in this like little garden area. You you do geek out quite profusely. You see he has, these kind of fungal boggle caps and these like flowers, like red, blue, green, all different elemental type flowers. Like you have to be very careful with them. The red ones will like burst into flames. Again, like it's the frostbite ones that, if you touch them, you'll get frostbite. You see these kind of like this arching plant that just kind of dangles, that looks like little spindly ghost petals that kind of like fade in and out of the ether as they just kind of sit there. And you geek out on plants, and Eramir, you slip inside.
Yes.
What are you looking for, my friend?
I am. Well, couple of things. I'm looking for any jars or bottles or barrels of the nitric acid and the other stuff. I'm looking for if he has any like papers or journals laying around.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Wait, where'd it go? Okay. Investigation. Check. 23.
Okay. Kind of like moving through very quickly and looking around, you definitely see, the water, and you see silver. You see bars of silver. You see, because he's a professional, like it's labeled. You see jars of nitric acid and ammonia. You see that those particular ingredients are actually in the in a corner, kind of like with a curtain kind of drawn around it, and you kind of like you look for a while, and then you kind of like pull it open, and you see the quantities kind of like behind that curtain, too large to fit, too large of a quantity to kind of like fit in cupboards and closets and such. But it's just, there's kind of like a curtain drawn around it and a sheet poured over that, and you kind of draw it back and move the sheet out of the way and look under, and you do find all of that.
Okay. Do I see? Does he have any journals? Any With
your 23, I would say like you walk over to like the alchemist workspace, and you do see you're not proficient in alchemy tools, so you do see recipes for different things in this book, but you have no idea what any of it means.
It's okay. I take the book anyway.
Take the book?
Yeah. Yeah, I take the book.
Okay. Back outside with Praeria, he begins, what kind of plans I could give you a few, of course, just to get your studies in, and, I could mentor you. I don't have a ton of friends, but I could mentor you if you're interested in the potion alchemy arts. And
Oh, that would be quite lovely. I have been recently separated from my mentor who taught me before. I believe there was
an
something.
explosion. That's usually.
Well, things are certainly complicated now. I think there was something with this plant that they were going to tell me. I cannot recall. And she's going to kind of point to the blue one, the frost one. Many things can be made with it, yes?
Oh, indeed, especially when it's so. A lot of people like this particular bloom in the desert. There's a way that could keep you cool. I do sell quite a bit of this, to the Dusty Anchor. They like to create a special cooling wine using this. They steep it in tea and they ferment it. It's quite lovely if you've never tried it before. But it can also be used to create. Frost resistant like potions if you travel up to the the northern areas.
I see.
Which, yeah.
You must help many people with these things.
Oh, I mean, I concoct a lot of different things, and people read and people buy them. But if you're interested in a mentorship, yeah, I'll go ahead and gather these, and we can schedule a nice teaching session together. Maybe tomorrow.
That would be lovely.
Well, I'll put pencil in right now. And he turns around and begins to walk towards the house.
Oh, one more moment, please. And she just kind of she's looking around like, what can I do?
Make a persuasion check for me. While Uramir is searching the house, do you succeed on your natural 20? You sure?
Ow! Go ahead, Pray.
I really wanted to walk back into that house with Uramir still in it. Oh, poo.
She drags him back over to a far corner of the garden, finds a random plant, and asks the entire history of that plant.
And you succeed. You're so genuine. You could never lie to this man. He believes you wholeheartedly.
Never doubt my love of plants.
And your love of plants is so apparent to him, and he's just like, oh, yes. Hey, you know, did you know if you take this multiple set of fungi, you can actually form a fungal spore? A bit of a bomb explosion. It just fills the air. Isn't that fascinating? And he begins to tell you all about that.
Tell me more about explosions.
With your persuasion check, he goes, well, I don't. That is one thing that you can make, and it could actually be used in combat. But I don't really use and make much explosive-like things outside of the typical alchemist's fire. But most people don't, buy that unless there's some sort of adventuring party. The locals, you typically buy something more like, make my hair grow. I wish to grow a beard or change my hair color. Or something, aesthetic of sorts. But I do get quite a few who do purchase, the adventuring party's sort.
I see. This has been most enlightening. Thank you. How long are we doing this?
Well, I have time to look upstairs.
I don't know what you're doing.
Do you have time to look? I'm sorry. Would you like to look upstairs, Uramir?
I would love to.
All right, you go upstairs.
Do it.
You don't know if Uramir has left or not, Prayaria.
It's all good. I got this. No. We got this.
And your buddy at this point does begin to make his way back into the house after showing you all these things. Uramir, you go upstairs and you do hear Prayaria. You can't keep him outside forever, but you did keep him outside long enough to where Uramir had the decision to either leave or stay, and he decided to stay. So you do make your way back inside. And as you are upstairs, make another stealth check for me with them being back inside.
All right. With advantage. 19.
Okay. You make your way upstairs, careful not to step on certain planks that would otherwise creak and let the individuals down below know of your presence. Mm-hmm. And you find a bedroom, you find, dresser, drawers. It's a fairly plain kind of like canopy set bed, and you find a desk and kind of like a nice like room divider with like a wooden bath in the room as well.
I'm looking for any more notes. Anything that could connect him to Hush, like maybe correspondence between him, like a note or like a order for bombs or something. Anything like that. I'm looking through trash quietly, of course.
Make an investigation check for me.
All right.
Binder labeled evil plans.
That one. That's the one.
Binder labeled evil plans.
With the skull and crossbones of the giant explosion behind it on the cover. That's the one.
He's very organized.
Flash of brilliance.
Which would make that what?
A dirty 20.
You're lucky that you have flash of brilliance, my friend.
Let's go. Okay. What do I see?
With your flash of, what does that even look like, dude? Is there like a little light bulb that bing?
That's exactly what it looks like. Like he's looking around, he's being super quiet, tiptoeing, careful not to mess with the thing. Like I said, he's looking through trash. He carefully tries to lift up the mattress to see if anything's under there, and he puts it down, and he's just and he looks around, and then as he's panning the room, he sees it, and boom, the light bulb goes off behind his eyes, and he's like,
You see, like, there's like this kind of notch in the wood on the desk, right? See this kind of notch in the wood on the desk, and it almost looks like a rectangle.
I approach it,
Okay.
and I kind of jimmy it, stick my finger in it, see if I can
You press it,
lift it up. Yeah.
you press it, and like a piece of wood just kind of clunk, falls down, and you do see a journal in there.
I grab it.
Okay.
I open it.
You want to read it now? All right, pray
Not,
aria.
well, no, I don't. Whoa. Holy sweet seeds. No, I don't want to. I'm not just gonna straight up. I just flip through it, like skim it, like make sure it's not just like, you know what? No, I just take it with me. I'm just gonna take it with me and leave.
Just look for like bomb and just.
Is the word bomb in this book anywhere?
Can I do that? I'm just looking for.
Sure.
Look, you
Make
know what?
another investigation check for me, please.
This man got mad at me for talking to someone.
Roll dice.
Well, he's making that check and reading through this, spanning through this book, Priaria. Your boy Horace goes over. He goes, "So tomorrow we could do something. You a morning person or you an evening person? I like to get my work done after I've had a very hearty breakfast. I eat pickled eggs and I have a little bit of horseradish on my eggs as well.
I don't believe I have had this.
Oh, it's delightful. And most people have it's a very unorthodox dish, but I'd love, if you want to get in the morning, I could make some for both of us, and then we'll, then we can get started after a hearty meal. We'll start with the elemental concoctions."
Well, that sounds wonderful. She's just completely going with it, like she's actually, she's gonna show up. She's gonna.
All right. Well, it was so nice to meet you, Miss Ria. Did you say your name was?
Ah, yes. One moment, please. She's like building up like she has to sneeze, but she's like really listening to see if she can hear anything in the house. Okay, I assume Irma is being very quiet though.
I mean, he got a dirty 20? No, a 19 on his stealth check.
Okay.
I'm gonna use flash of brilliance.
As far as you know, with your passive perception, you're not sure if he's in here anymore. With your passive perception, you're not sure if he's in here anymore.
Let's see. Well, thank you so very much for everything. I am so happy to have made your acquaintance.
And it's nice to meet you as well. I was a little bit worried at first with the hood and everything.
Yes.
But I feel like if you would have stolen something from me, you probably would have just killed me, and you didn't. And I didn't have to melt your face off with my special brew. Your corpse would have smelled awful. Now, to be honest, it would have been hard to clean that out of the floor. So it was really nice that we didn't have to deal with that nasty business. And again, you hadn't stolen anything from me. I thought maybe you might be here to help me with that situation, but I could clearly see you're not a law enforcement at your age. Same
Do
with
you
me.
need help? I have friends that could possibly help you.
I mean, I'm not I'm not super wealthy. I could pay a little bit. For
We
some
are
call.
friends now, are we not?
Well, if you know an adventure in potty that would be able to help with the situation, the military in the city is quite busy, and of course I'm not wealthy enough to own my own military like some of the other rich families here.
Well, I certainly know some people who might be able to look into your situation. Would you mind writing down some of the details of what happened for me? I can certainly ask around.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yes.
Hot damn, y'all are on a roll.
Hell yeah.
And he just kind of looks at you and he goes, I think that would be nice. Yes, and he just begins kind of like writing, and you go, well, some silver and distilled water were taken, and of course my nitric acid and some ammonia as well. I also had some meridium stolen as well, but
Meridium?
I haven't been able to reorder any of that because it's very expensive. So if you could find the perpetrators and get back the meridium that was mine, that would be very helpful. But I haven't been able to reorder that, of course.
Well, I will do my very best. We practitioners of potions must stick together, yes?
Of course. And he just kind of like turns red a little bit because like you're his age, and like he's just after spending so much bonding experience with you in the back terrace, he's just like, it's just so nice to meet someone with the same affinity as me.
This is my boo.
We are gazing upon the King Regent of the Gloaming Court as we speak.
Yeah, we are. King Regent Horus.
Horus.
And he just kind of like, he reaches out and he goes, it's been such a pleasure to meet you, and I can't wait for us to learn and discuss new things tomorrow when we start. And he just kind of he goes, it's just one moment, and he goes back to the garden. And Ermir, what are you doing?
Leaving.
How are you leaving?
Okay. No, I sneak myself down the stairs, and is the front door open? Because Prey was about to leave.
No, he locked it back up.
And it's got like 1,000 locks on it.
But you don't know that.
I mean, I can see from the inside if I'm coming down the stairs, right?
Once you make your way down the stairs.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. So I'll come down the stairs, and I see Prey already standing there, right? Now he had
Make another stealth check for me.
Lauren.
You
okay.
came down the stairs.
I did. Okay, 30-20. I'm cool.
You're good?
I'm good, yes. So I come down the stairs, I see Prey standing there, I see the doors closed and it's locked. He had windows on either side of his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go to the other side of the house where the window is, open the window, and hop up out of there.
All right. Give me one final stealth check as you open the window and attempt to jump out of it.
Yeah. 17.
You're good.
Whew. Like cake. Easy stuff.
You closed the window.
open the window.
Oh yeah, of course. I closed the window.
Close it behind you.
Yep.
With your 17 and Prayaria's passive, she does not notice that.
Right before I leave, I'll cast I think it's a cantrip. I'll cast thaumaturgy. I can create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of choice within range. So I will cast it says it could be whispers. So I will cast if Prayaria is within 30 feet of me, I will cast let's go. I've got some stuff. And then I'll leave.
She like visibly deflates. She is very anxious about this.
You use thaumaturgy to do what?
To
Thaumaturgy is super audible to everyone around.
Yeah.
wait, is it? It says like
It makes whispers, as in it can go. It makes sound effects usually. It's not message.
It's not message.
You
Well,
cannot
yeah.
do it secretly.
Well, I mean, okay. If I can't do it secretly, then
I mean, you could also
It's
just
like-
full party city Halloween this guy and have the whispers of the dead pass by saying it's time to go. If you want.
considering
We're not
it,
allowed
I
to
mean,
kill my
no
new
one
king
knows what's
regent.
going on. Like,
With a heart
if-
attack.
But before I close the window, sure, I don't care if he hears it or not. I'm outside, so yeah, just it's time to go, and then I'll leave.
Thank you, Lawful Stupid RPG, for the raid. It's about to get crazy. As this
Please
I
tell
mean,
me this
he's
back.
like in his early 50s, maybe late 40s. This guy's just like the back. Oh my!
Oh, my dear friend, what
hurry!
is-
Get behind the curtain! Get
oh, no.
behind the curtain! He grabs you by the neck.
Oh, dear.
Don't worry, I've prepared for this. And he just kind of he runs over, he pulls the cord, and all these bottles just kind of start swinging. And he goes, "Get behind the. If they come in, it'll hit one of the bottles and start a chain reaction. This cloth behind the curtain is protective. Just get behind." And he just pulls you, and he pulls you, and it's just.
Are you saying the house will explode?
In some ways, yes, but we are safe. Shh, they'll hear.
Perhaps we should leave.
I want to see their eyes before they die. Do you know how much profit I lost because of these people?
I do not. I am
And
not
I do
good
not
with
want.
money.
I don't want them to steal from anyone other again. They will serve their justice because why am I speaking? You guys wait there, and you wait, and he's like, they must know that they must have been listening.
All right. Prayari would like to cast minor illusion.
Okay. What is that? What is your minor illusion?
Okay, hold on.
They must know. They've been
Okay.
listening. They heard my locks. They're testing me to see who's gonna hold out longer. I'll tell you this: I have stayed in this house for far longer than quarantine during COVID. Okay,
What?
Test.
Oh,
Man, it's senile.
she is going to create a voice
He is
Okay.
lost.
outside. The voice of one of the guards saying, "Yeah, we're off the clock. Come on, let's get out of here." Oh, see, it was only the guards. They are leaving for the night.
Is that how minor illusion works? Can it be a
It's that
sound?
it can be your voice, can be someone else's
Okay,
voice.
just making sure. Okay.
Or you can make those sounds. Well, hold on, I don't know if it can be just as a sound, and it can be a voice. It continues unabated throughout the duration, and you can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends. Or
I think minor illusion can be a voice.
If it says it can be a voice, but I don't know if you can project the voice.
Okay.
Doesn't it have a range on it?
This is a 5-foot cube.
5-foot cube, 30 feet.
From where you can
Right.
see?
Oh yeah, 5-foot cube, 30 feet.
Okay. I think you can then. I think you can.
Okay, well, if I should just make like it sound like a ruffle, just like a muffled conversation, I guess.
Okay. And what do you say?
Oh, I believe it was only the guards speaking. They are leaving for the night, I think.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, Horace.
Horace wants to believe. I can feel it.
Hey,
Hey, Horace wants to believe.
Horace is my
God.
Big, beautiful eyes, and he believes.
Oh my god, another natural 20. He just
I'll believe anything you say, my queen.
he just kind of like
He just starts calling her queen, not because he knows who she is, but just because she is who she is.
Yes.
he just kind of like his muscles relax for a moment and he's like,
there.
so I apologize. That
You have been through much.
was an overreaction. But I did want to keep you safe.
I thank you. How do we get these back up there?
It'll take a couple hours, but just give me a moment to reset it all. And so we'll say that it takes like maybe 2 hours after Ermir left. Ermir. Prayer doesn't. It's It's like an hour later, hour and a half later.
It's like an hour later. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Barbucks. And I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some orders, get some coffee, and I'm going to go to Dude's place. I'm gonna have my hood up. And yeah, I'm gonna knock on his front door.
Hour and a half comes in. You hear a knock at the door, and you just hear. Almost dropped that one. That would have really been terrible. Would you mind taking this section right here? I need to get the door.
He's talking to me.
Yes, he's talking to you. Who else is he talking to?
No.
Voices in his house.
Sure. She has her like hood back down, like.
And you continue to help reset the bottles. And he.
Yes.
He.
Yeah. So I've got my hood up, face slightly obscured, and I'm just holding these two cups of coffee, and I'm like, Rhea, are you in there? Your the coffee's getting cold. We were supposed to meet at Barbucks an hour ago. I know you said you needed help with plants or whatever, but
yes, I am so sorry. I had forgotten, and
you know how
should go
long-winded
now.
you get when you're talking about your botany and things. We should.
That's true. That is me.
He's. Make a deception check.
Wow.
Both of us, or
Just him.
okay.
Flash of brilliance. 17 with flash of
Okay.
brilliance.
How many
Jeez.
times can you use that per day?
I think 4 or 5. I've used it 3 times so far. I've
All
got
right.
more.
He's like, well, who are you? I'm Horace Burbles. I'm Horace Burbles. And
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Bubbles.
Rhea has been in my care, and she's been helping me.
Yes, she's wonderful, isn't she? Such
She's
a good
amazing
Samaritan.
and wonderful. Yes, she is.
And I'll just look over and pray from behind this dude. Like, what did you do to this man?
Do you have a reason to hide your face, sir?
Oh,
Or are you not willing to look at me, man to man?
I'll
This
Go ahead.
is he is like brother to me, little brother. We meet to talk about things over coffee, and I must admit I'm very late.
Of course, Rhea. I apologize for keeping you. He straightens his vest and kind of like pulls it down a little bit. Pardon, sir, lady.
quite all right.
I can finish up now that the door is clear, and
All right.
thank you for helping me reset, and I apologize for taking your time, Rhea. But I look
It's
forward.
quite all right.
I look forward to our class together tomorrow morning. I'll have
Yes.
those the horseradish and the pickled eggs ready for both of us in the morning.
Oh, that will be wonderful. Thank you very much. Your bottles. She hands them back and scurries out the door very quickly.
And he just kind of like shuts it, and you hear the clicking behind you as he begins to lock it back up again.
I'll pass Prayaria coffee. I'll say, so what took you so long?
As soon as like they're out of like eyesight of the house, she's gonna like rip her hood off and like stand up. You almost got me exploded.
I brought you coffee.
Thank you. She just like chugs it all. It's like, he's very nice man, very paranoid.
He almost blew you up.
Not on purpose.
Well, he did have a bunch of nitric acid and ammonia back there. Could have done a lot of damage with that.
He could have, but I don't think he did, or he would. She's still
Well-
like catching her breath.
Look, I'm sorry. I told you it was time to go.
Yes, out loud. We're very paranoid men here.
I whispered.
You whisper very loudly.
I was told it's not message, so I couldn't make me into your ear.
I'm going to ignore that and What did you find?
Well, I found a couple of journals. One of them were hidden upstairs. It was a notch in a dresser or his desk, and I think he was hiding something in there. And there was another. And I took his book. It had a bunch of different.
You took
Well, yes.
from paranoid man
Well,
who has had many things taken, who almost blew me up.
well, look, I was invisible. You don't have to go back there.
Oh no, I
They-
do. We must give back.
Well, can we at least look at what it is first?
Fine. Look at tonight. I take back in morning.
Would that be more suspicious if you just show up with a book that ends up missing? He'll think
Don't
you
just
stole it.
give it back to him. I'll leave it in house somewhere. Don't.
Okay, look, if
Oh,
he's
no.
as paranoid as you say, I don't want him to get the wrong idea and try to blow you up.
We will. We'll bring back to others. We'll figure out what to do then.
Look, do you need another cup of coffee? You seem very stressed out right now.
I don't think the coffee helps. Maybe wine. Let us go find wine.
Maybe wine. We can definitely find some wine.
Aye.
We go find wine.
All right. You go and you find wine with Prearia. Let's move over to Samson and Luden.
All right.
Best of luck.
Oh, you know what? I think maybe let's go ahead and take our break a little bit early, but because I don't want to cut. I don't want to like stop in the middle of your scene, and we're just a little bit early with our break. We'll go ahead and take our break now. Before we go to break, just a reminder that we do have a founder enamel pin giveaway going on right now. Let me put it up on screen so you guys can all see it. There it is. There is only one left. And we're not making any more of these. These are limited edition. They're signed by Daniel and I. We started Ink and Lyre up together. It was kind of a way to celebrate the launch of Ink and Lyre and our Twitch channel. And we wanted to give those people who, supported us early on something for supporting us. So, enter, because this is your last chance to get one of these. You can use command loot, which is !loot to enter. And you have to make sure you're following before you do enter. And we will poll and pick a winner when we return from our break. And just a reminder, this is the same giveaway that happened last Monday when we had a whole bunch of technical difficulties. So if you entered last Monday, your entry is in, I promise you. But other than that, we're gonna go to our break real quick, and when we return, we'll return with Samson visiting the other shady address with Luden and see what they find there. So we'll see you all in just a moment.
Also, real quick, thank you to Flock Obama for the gifted sub.
Yes, thank you so much, Flock Obama, for the gifted subs. Thank you again for Lawful Stupid for the raid. Thank you so much. And then Gameplayer 3009 actually resubbed as well. They mentioned that they'll be gone for 3 weeks and they're gonna miss us. We're gonna miss you too. Thank you so much. And then CJ for the 10 bits. And Diner Dude for the follow, and In Exception 1990 for the follow as well. So we are going to go to our break, and we'll be back in just a minute. Let me make sure. Yes, we'll be back in just a minute.
Welcome to Aurora, a new campaign setting for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, where your destiny is written in the stars. Fate guides your adventurer in Stargazer's Guide to Aurora. An all-new Zodiac character creation system assigns your adventurer one of 12 signs, which rewards you with powerful abilities and character-defining detriments. What's your sign? No, that's the wrong question. Who are you? Frostwane, Lamentium, Fluortide? These powers are yours to define or let fate decide. Choose wisely. Your sign connects your character to the world of Aurora. Manifestations of the mighty signs appear to spur your adventurer toward their ultimate goal, or away from paths destructive to their future. Adventure is calling. Discover a new world of brilliantly diverse cities, dozens of unique landmarks, and long-forgotten dungeons waiting to be uncovered. Join arms with allies and cross swords with worthy adversaries. Fantastic NPCs with their own adventure hooks, backstories, and motivations are spread throughout the world, ready to aid your party or become the latest villain. The old gods are gone. Aurorians worship a new pantheon. The Masters of the Weave are more connected to their acolytes than ever before. Find your faith with 12 all-new gods across 2 different pantheons. Encounter fantastical monsters under the shadow of Mount Vera and under the Sable Sands with powerful magic items, new spells, and weapons. Explore one of 12 new subclasses available for the canon D&D classes, and tie them directly to your background with factions that have been intricately woven into Aurorian lore. Destiny is calling, adventurer. Look unto the heavens. Your story is in the stars.
I'm Raina. I play Praeria on Fate's End here at Finnalai, and I'm here to talk to you about Mount Vera, which is a point of interest in our world of Auroria. And it features something super cool called the Iridescent Ocean. The Iridescent Ocean is a sea of clouds around the peak of this mountain with magical properties akin to True Polymorph, Alter Memory, and Featherfall. So what that means is that like creatures that pass up through the clouds, like on their way up the mountain, they gain these bestial properties. They become things like centaurs, like minotaurs, and serpent people, just all kinds of like human animal hybrids. And they have a little village up there of all these creatures, and they have no knowledge of their lives before, what is underneath the clouds. It is, as far as they know, there's only their island and this ocean, which shimmers like dreams, and diamonds, and glitter. So creatures that live on the peak of the mountain have no idea what's underneath. If someone disappears, as far as they know, they just fell off the earth. But what really happens is as you pass back down through the ocean, you are once again polymorphed into a basic woodland creature like a squirrel or a fox, but you retain your intelligence. So as far as you know, you've just always been a really smart rabbit, which is really cool.
Hello, my name is Christian Hatcher, and I play Ludin Archbane on Fate's End, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Martial subclass in Stargazer's Guide to Auroria. There are three main ones, the Sparrowhawks, the Peacekeepers, and the Scarlet Sanctuary. Now there are different benefits to joining any of the different organizations. First, the Sparrowhawks. If you join the Sparrowhawks, the organization is a little bit more structured, and you kind of get the ability to have different bases all over Auroria, and you get some allies that might be willing to help you out. That kind of moves you over into the Peacekeepers, where it's a lot less structured, but your ability to gain allies is a lot quicker. You can actually deputize people to help you out. You just gotta pay them a little gold. And then finally there's the Scarlet Sanctuary. Now the Scarlet Sanctuary is interesting if you have a very lore-heavy campaign. I personally think of it like kind of a Sherlock Holmes kind of thing. You can request information from this organization, and it might be able to help you out with finding out some of the mysteries that go on in Auroria, or whatever your DM might throw at you. I personally love playing in the Sparrowhawks because it allows my character to be grounded in the story right away, especially as a character that came in a little later in our Fate's End campaign. I had a reason to be there. So find out your reason to use the Martial subclass. Be creative with it. Why would your character be in one of these organizations? Makes the story interesting. So if you're interested, why not try it out in Stargazer's Guide to Auroria?
What's up, guys? I'm Brandon Hatcher. I am a cast member on Fate's End, and I'm also a writer on the Stargazer's Guide to Auroria. My section is Krygos Lake, and Krygos Lake is basically what would happen if an ancient white dragon flew to a dense tropical forest and decided to make that his lair. So Krygos, the lake is completely frozen over, and the presence of the ancient white dragon has basically changed the environment of the area. So you know, you'll see stuff like white dire wolves and snow foxes and polar bears and stuff like that from the Arctic, but you'll also see creatures like deer and elk and chipmunks and rabbits and stuff roaming around. So it's a very interesting blend of fauna and flora in this area. And the forest holds a lot of secrets, and one thing that I can share with you is among the surrounding towns there are differing stories about this creature that roams the forest. Some people say he's a yeti, some people say he's a spirit of the forest, some people say he might be a fae that's just playing tricks on people, but no one really quite knows for sure. And I can't wait for the players to actually be able to pull on that thread and uncover all of the secrets that Krygos Lake has to offer.
A 12 does break it.
I would never hurt people on purpose, Bhagwan.
All right, then we can trust her, boyos. She's not gonna hurt anybody.
Does anyone have a lockpick?
No! No, we don't need one!
Extra, extra, read all about it!
What's that you've got there, mister?
Why, this right here is 9 Realms Gaming.
9 Realms Gaming?
That's right, top-notch gaming accessories made from some of the finest woods this side of the city has to offer. We got your dice vaults, we got your dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, you name it.
Oh my!
Careful now, don't swoon into traffic. You can mosey on down to their website now. Use exclusive partner code LYRE10 to get 10% off your purchase.
What was that code again?
That's LYRE10. LYRE10 at 9realmsgaming.com. Hurry, they're selling like hotcakes.
And we are back. Let's go ahead and pull the winner of our giveaway here.
Right.
Closing entries. And we're gonna pick Lawful Stupid RPG has won our giveaway. Won the final Founder Enamel pin. Hot dang.
That's awesome.
They won. That's awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. Congratulations. You guys won. We, well,
Lawful Stupid is my second favorite alignment. For all characters.
Second only to what? Chaotic Petty?
Chaotic Petty.
Chaotic Petty.
Absolutely.
Samson is deeply chaotic petty, it's true.
Well, we will contact you and get you that pin sent out as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for the raid and for joining us this evening. All right. Let's jump back in here as Samson and Luden begin making their way to, I believe it's something Emerald Street. I don't have it open right now.
Yeah,
the Bean House.
Yeah, so as we're heading over to 428 Emerald, Samson's just like, so how you doing? How do you think we should do this? Okay, I get it. You're still mad at me. Well, if you're not going to say anything at all, like, come on, we're not going to be able to get through this. Fine. Whatever. You just listen to me, and everything's going to be fine, okay? You just do what I tell you to, and we're going to be all right, okay? All right, the silent treatment. I get it. All right, that's fine. Whatever.
All right.
And then we just keep walking.
You just keep walking. Hashtag Christian Luden. All right. So you approach a very large and lavished home in the Emerald District. If the size didn't betray the wealth of the owner, the overwhelming amount of native and foreign plant species alike would. The home is completely covered in blooms. You see a variety of house servants conjuring water to keep those plants alive in this desert climate. There seems to be this house has like an entryway, a very nice entryway, garden terrace area that leads up to the home, and there's like a gate there that is open. And you see a variety of servants kind of moving around, working the house. Everyone seems kind of like in a rush a little bit. But you see this halfling man. He's talking to some of these servants as you guys kind of walk up, and his clothes are just lavish, very Greek Roman style, in purples and clay colors. And you watch as he gives instructions and commands to the servants, rushing around in a hurry. His hair is kind of like a sandy blonde color. Let me check your passive insight here. Okay, well, Ludin notices, but you're just kind of like looking around with his passive insight. He notices that the halfling man looks very, very nervous, and that he's sweating profusely from his brow. The garments under his arms are just soaked through, and you can see that he has a servant following him around, and as subtly as they can, they press to digitate and blow cool air in his direction. With both of your passive perception and knowing all this, when the air kind of flows in your direction, blowing from this man, he smells like Hesperis.
Okay.
He like her perfume.
Do we only see servants, or are there other guests or people who look like they're preparing to arrive?
From what you can see, they all look like servants.
Do they have uniforms? There's a dog.
Yes and no. Like, they're all wearing like white, various different kinds of like white linen kind of garments.
Okay. I guess, is it all residential neighborhood right here?
Yeah, this is a residential neighborhood. His house does have guards though.
Okay, cool. So that seems suspicious. I guess what we'll do first is just kind of like wait around, and I want to see if I can like try to figure out what these servants are trying to do. Like, are they setting up for an event? Is this like it's part of their normal routine? Does it look like something just happened and they're cleaning up after it? What are these people doing as this person, or possibly like head servant, or the butler perhaps, or maybe the owner, as he runs around barking orders and sweating and smelling lovely?
The gates, the gate around this house is like a see-through kind of like metal gate, so you can see through. The guards do kind of like watching you, just kind of like looking in and stuff.
I mean, we're just like we're away from it. We don't walk up to the building.
Okay. You probably gather within 30 minutes or so. Like it does look like some sort of event, perhaps.
Perfect. So it's like a party. Maybe.
It might be. You don't know.
Okay. All right.
You don't see them like carrying in like lots of like, there aren't any caterers carrying in like tons and tons of food or anything. You don't see anything like that. But cool. It does look like they're preparing for something.
Okay. We're gonna walk off a little bit and kind of get away from the main area so the guards aren't looking at us directly. And then I'm gonna tell Ludin, okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to stay right here. And if you see anyone who looks like they're going to that house, like maybe like we're looking for like carriages drawn by horses, look for people who are dressed up, that sort of thing. We kind of see if the party's about to get started or maybe what's happening. Do your best and try to, just stay quiet. You can do great. And then I'm going to turn invisible. Just cast invisibility. I'm gonna turn into, little fey bird, and I'm just gonna fly back over and go land like on top of the house, and kind of look in the garden in the back on the backside and get a bird's eye view of what's going on back there.
Okay. I don't think you need a perception check for this. As you kind of fly up and around, you see in the side courtyard there is a very large, very, very, very large wooden crate in the center of the courtyard. Like huge, like probably 15 feet tall, maybe. Possibly 20 feet tall. It's very large.
It's just a crate?
It's a very, very large wooden crate. It's probably like I said, 15 to 20 feet tall. Maybe 5 to 8 feet wide.
Like statue sized?
I mean, you don't know what's in the crate.
Does it look like there are chairs that would have like chairs around it?
No.
Like you would be like ready for like an auction or a show?
No.
Okay. That's weird. And there's only servants running around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to end. In that case, and it looks like they're setting up for some kind of event.
Mm-hmm.
There's a crate in the backyard. It's 20 foot tall. It's 5 by 8. Massive crate of beans, I'm assuming. But there are no guests yet, so I'll fly back to where Luden is.
Okay. Do you say anything to Luden?
I'm like, okay, there's a giant crate. I think it's got beans in it. Well, there's no way to know without, breaking in. And I think that would be a dangerous task. So let's just hang out here for a little bit and see if there's anyone around that we can like follow in, or maybe we can sneak in somehow as more people start to arrive. Because the event might not be tonight. That'd be weird if we waited too long,
Okay.
You wanna? I think there's a bar box right there. We can get some and then come
This is
back.
a never-ending joke that will never end.
Oh, you love bar butts. All right, let's go.
You guys kind of wait and watch for a while. You do see another set of individuals approach with a cart, and it looks to be like they've got a couple different smaller boxes about yay big in this cart with small holes drilled into them, and a set of maybe like 7 or 8 individuals with the cart. And they're coming to deliver this. As you kind of sit and watch and stake out the house at this point. They speak to the guards. They are all wearing like a kind of matching outfit of shades of like citrus orange and white and black that kind of fades down. And they begin to unload the crates and begin to walk in. After talking to the guards.
Okay. I'd talk about it with Luden, but he's not talking about it to me right now, so I speculate and continue to watch.
Okay. They carry they carry all the boxes into the building, and they begin making their way. It looks over to that courtyard that you saw
with all those boxes.
With the very large crate, yes.
How long have we been watching this?
Probably like with the movement of the crates, probably like 10 minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep watching for a little bit.
You'll just keep watching?
Yeah. See if we hear any noises or anything like that.
At some point, with you waiting, you do see the halfling man with the blonde hair. He just kind of like looks up at one of the gaping holes in the city that kind of like shows, it's kind of like a gauge of time roughly where the sun is and where the shadow is hitting. And he kind of looks up and his eyes go wide. He kind of claps his hands and like the servants begin rushing around and like begin moving. A lot of them are moving out of sight. He looks to be kind of like, as they kind of move out of view, he kind of stands there somewhat alone, and the guards, he kind of like claps the guards to kind of move as well.
Okay, now we're waiting for someone special to arrive. So, I think at that point, I'm gonna tell Ludin, all right, you hang out here. Won't say a word. It's gonna be fine. And then I'm gonna go. I'll just go invisible bird again, fly up to the adjacent building, somewhere where I can see close enough to see the boxes behind.
Okay.
And everything else, and just watch.
You see that there looks to be some sort of mechanism attached up to the smaller boxes behind the very large crate, and that there's some like string and cord that kind of goes back and around the corner.
I'm just gathering information here. I'm just watching.
Okay. And you just wait?
I just wait. Wait for the important person to show up.
You eventually see a second halfling man approach the home. He rides a tall black Arabian stallion decorated with tassels along the head, neck, and saddle. And his hair is black and curly, and his eyes are almost orange like the blazing desert sun. And you kind of watch him as he kind of gets off the horse, and the other halfling man just kind of stands up straight, smiling really big, and he just kind of like, he looks very anxious, and the other man kind of like runs up to him and embraces him, and they share this beautiful like passionate kiss, and you gather that they haven't seen each other in a while based on like kind of this, you know, reuniting between them. And he holds his hand, and he goes, as he kind of looks back at him, he goes, Marcus, it's been such a long time. I'm so glad to have you back. And the other man kind of looks at him and goes, Philium, it's been too long. It's been far, far too long. But now I'm done with my mission, and I can spend as much time with you as we both please. And you see, he kind of looks at me and goes, I have a surprise for you, Marcus. It's a big one. I'm sorry. I'm sweating right through my clothes all over again. He just kind of like scratches his head like as if giving a sign, and you see like the servant just kind of pop their head out, and they're just like, and you see like the sweat just kind of like right back in, and he's all nice and clean again, and goes, right this way, Marcus, right this way, and he leads them over into the courtyard, where that large wooden crate is. And
I prepare to spy, and it's a very intimate moment.
and he goes, Marcus, you know, you and I, we've been together for so very long, and you know, all our adventuring, and it's kind of come to an end, and this is, and Philium just kind of looks at him and he goes, Marcus, or I'm sorry, I'm sorry, talking to myself is very difficult. I'm sorry. He goes, Philium, what are you talking about? What is this all about? He goes, I've thought so much about this for so many days, you know, counting down your arrival, and I guess I just get on and out with it, and he just kind of like claps his hands, and you look up and you see like the rope get pulled taut, and you see like the boxes kind of collapse, and like a cascade of butterflies rushes out from behind, and like the walls of this very large crate pops down, and you see an extremely large marble statue of Marcus with large angelic wings reaching out and catching what appears to be Philium. A small bell rings in the corner of the crate as, you know, the clasps are released and 8 bards emerge from around the corner as the butterflies are launched into the air, and they begin to play a ballad. And Marcus just gazes up at the statue in awe with his hand over his mouth, and he's like, what? And then he kneels down and he goes, we've adventured together, and I'd like to go in a new adventure with you. Life. Will you go on that adventure with me? And he's just like, yes, I will. I
just drop invisible bird tears.
And they embrace and kiss, and it's beautiful, and the bards are singing, and there's lutes, and there's lyres, and like a harp, and like there are some of the servants in the background have like, you know, these dancing lights that just kind of like fly all around them, and it's this beautiful little proposal that everything has gone right.
But where are the beans?
And not a single cup of coffee in the area. No.
What is the statue made of?
It's
That she was
marble,
made
right?
out of melted beans.
In order to give you guys some clarification, Philium looks at Marcus and he goes, you wouldn't imagine the lengths I went, you know. I had to tell Zini I was ordering 8,000 pounds of beans so that he wouldn't mouth off. I couldn't let the secret get out. I had to make sure that nobody would know, and that you're so hard to surprise, Marcus. You're absolutely so hard to surprise, and they're brought like some wine, and they start drinking together and discussing like his elaborate plan and how long he had been planning this, and they kind of like begin walking inside to go enjoy each other's company after a very, very long time apart and discussing things.
I just audibly squawk and go, Rah! And then I don't know what kind of birds make. And then I'm gonna fly back over to where Luden is, and I will report how beautiful it was, and how amazing, and how lucky they are to have one another, that they would go so far with such romantic gestures. And I'll just be like, let's go find the rest of them. I think this is kind of a dead end. Apparently he was just lying on his order form to Because apparently Marcus is very connected, and he would have found out that, Philium had ordered all this marble if he had just told the truth. So probably just paid off some guy to put the wrong item in there. Regardless, it's nothing nefarious, I imagine. And it's like, let's go see. Yeah, I know you're still mad. Yes, this was a waste of time. No, you don't have to say it. Let's just go.
The statue is hollow and it's stuffed inside with that powder that lets you talk to dead people. You need to break the statue open and ruin it.
No!
I thought you were going to say the statue's stuffed with beans.
That also, yes.
Also suspicious illegal activity.
I tell Ludin, let's go spy on Finn and Hesperis' date. Be great.
Thank you so much, Fateful Encounters, for the raid during our very beautiful proposal scene from our stakeout with Samson and Ludin, who is not here at the moment. And so Samson, you and Ludin return to the rest of the group. While all of that is happening, we are going to pan back over to Hesperis and Finnalai, who are currently in the middle of a walk. A walk that might be a date. It's just a walk.
It's not labor. It's an outing where we get to know each other better and have conversations.
It's a date.
So a date then.
So a date.
We come.
You're not here is the thing.
We come back to.
I mean, it's not a date.
We come back to the middle of your walk together, Finnalai and Hesperis. You look over across the oasis and see the midnight circus has begun setting up stilts and platforms over the water. Tents are being raised. You see that woman that was carried into the city via gloomstalkers is walking on water, overseeing those raised platforms and tents. You see her pull out kind of like a handkerchief of sorts that's like almost translucent, and she throws it into the water and it begins to move and swirl, growing larger, the water dripping off of it as it billows up, forming the canopy of a tent. All along the oasis, as you walk, you see these sandstone benches. And you'll see some of the merchants, those who don't have a building but sell their wares via tent, have begun to move to the outer banks of the oasis to sell their wares here, anticipating the increase of foot traffic with the midnight circus, that is.
Wow, I wonder if they're going to be doing magic like that at the carnival.
I would anticipate so, yes. I'm very... It would be a lot of fun once we actually go there, once this is somewhat settled.
Yeah, I would definitely like to experience it with you.
We're going... I believe we are going as a whole group, but we can also...
Right.
Yes, but thank you for the tea, by the way. It's very nice.
Oh, right. It is good, right? Yeah.
We had kind of started talking about it earlier, but then with the circus and everything, I wanted to... we're kind of talking about... I said that I have been in my church for a very long time, and I was wondering with you and Levi if this was... you said he's with you always. Has he been with you your whole life, or is it a new thing for you?
Well, I mean, it feels like my whole life, you know. About 5 months, give or take.
Oh.
A few days.
This makes sense. You are so newfound in your faith that it is a large stake for you. You're finding it such motivation. Well, if it is, when you first find your faith and what you're going to dedicate your life to, it is an awakening, yes?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I love Levi. He is my god, you know? Like, he showed up to me, and he chose me, and I chose him. And, well, it was like the first choice I would ever made. And it feels right, you know? Like, I could never do the magic I do now before Livy. I feel like I can do anything with Livy.
That is very lovely. I am glad that your relationship with Livy brings you strength. When you say you made no choices before, I don't want to press into it, of course. It's not necessarily a happy thing to talk about, but he helped you out of this situation? Then he led you out, I suppose?
In a way, yes.
You don't have to, I'm not trying to, pry or anything that you're not comfortable talking.
It's fine, right? It's fine. Now, yeah, like, so he gave me an opportunity to go on a new path and to choose my own fate, you know? That's how I ended up in Lacambria. That's how I met everybody, you know? It's because of him. Same with Remblace, right? I mean, because of Remblace, you ended up finding us.
Yes. That sounds not good. Yes, it's kind of like that.
Well, what do you mean, not good?
No, I mean, the way that I said it was not right. Yes, Remblace did come to me and tell me what I was to be doing. And it did lead me to you, and this has brought me... it's a good thing, I think. So, it's positive.
I mean, does Remblace make you feel that way?
Like,
I don't know, like everything is right with the world, you know? Like you can do anything, anything's possible. And whenever you think of Remblace, magic just, it sparks to your fingertips, you know? Like, it's so easy.
I am so happy that you have this experience. It sounds wonderful, and you deserve it. It is. Can I tell you something that Remblace knows, and I don't think anyone else I have told?
Sure. I mean, if you trust me that much, which you should, because I would... Yeah, yes. I'm honored.
No, it's not exactly a secret. This is not the kind of... Remblace is... okay.
Okay.
I very much love his temple and the people and the works that they do here. Remblace he's a god, so he is worshipped and he is very powerful and he inspires in people great things. But he's okay. It sounds terrible to say, I think, and what?
Well, so you're more into the temple than you are the god that serves it?
Yes, it is the people of the world and in the dedication that they put towards at the temple in Dawn's Rise. It felt right to join because I could give my life in service of something that matters. Kind of the opposite of you. Instead of giving you choice, it let me narrow myself like a prison. So instead of having the world open to me, I had something to dedicate myself towards. And this is, they help those who are lost, who are hurt, who are weak. And I greatly love the temple, and the temple worships Remblaze.
So why did you want to narrow your choices?
I don't know if it is like that exactly. It is, it felt all a little bit pointless, I think, before then. I don't know exactly how to explain it. I have been very fortunate in my life. I am not trying to complain. It sounds like what Livy gave to you was exactly what you needed at that point in your life. And what the temple gave to me is what I needed.
Okay. Well, here, let me fill up your cup. He goes, takes the jug, fills it up.
I make things heavy sometimes.
No, I love hearing you talk about everything and anything, heavy or not.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Have you ever thought of, like, not worshipping Remblaze? You know, just like, I don't know, exploring other gods? I'm just curious.
No, I have not. The temple I do still find very worthwhile of my time. And Remblaze is most holy and all of that, so. Are you, I don't know if Levi and I are on the same sort of...
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think Levi might be too spontaneous for you.
Am I not spontaneous? I could be spontaneous. You don't know this.
I mean, can you?
I'm sure if I tried hard enough, I could be spontaneous.
Okay, let's be spontaneous then.
Right, what would the spontaneous person do right now?
Okay. So let's do a trick on. He looks out and sees the person out in the middle of the water. Her. Let's do a trick on her.
Are we going to cause her physical injury, or what are you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yes. Why not? Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so spontaneous one. What do we do?
Yes. Oh no. Okay.
She's walking on water.
We can try to dunk her into the water somehow. Is that all right?
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay. So.
All right. I'm gonna do an Arcana check. Is she constantly doing magic on herself to get herself to stay on top of the water? What's she doing out there? Lauren, you are muted. I can see you.
I said that's a good question right now. Let me look up water walking. I think it's a
counter spell.
Third level spell. This person has a warlock pact.
Water walk. Okay. It's not concentration.
Not concentration?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna control the water to make a wave that goes over her.
Do you have that?
Yes. And then we're gonna run.
Okay. Alright. Yes. Of course. Yes, we will run.
You ready?
Yes. Well, I'm not doing anything. Yes. Do it.
3.
Right.
2. And 1. And then he like...
What does this look like?
So
She is not paying attention to you guys at all. She's like, she's just kind of like giving orders, like writing on like a, clipboard, and just kind of like, she casts a spell to help raise, like, she's in the middle of like casting a spell to raise another tent, and people are like putting the poles in and stuff.
This poor lady. Okay, so Finn just like sticks out his tongue, holds out his hand, and goes, and like moves. Hopefully enough force for a wave to at least go over her. He doesn't want to do like a gigantic wave and take her down, but he wants to do enough to maybe like that it goes over her head.
Okay.
She's so cool stepping on water.
You send a like just over her head and just drench her completely from head to toe. She loses, like, she's in the middle of like doing something. She like, it takes her off guard and she stops, and like the tent starts coming back down. There's a whole bunch of people underneath it, and they're just, like, you see, like, it looks like a bunch of squirrels underneath a picnic blanket, and they're just like moving around, and she just kind of like loses balance for a moment. She's just like, she starts cursing in a completely different language that you've never heard before. It sounds very familiar to the language Desmodonna speaks and the accent that Desmodonna has.
We really need to run.
And she, as you kind of like bolt off, are you gonna try to make a give me athletics checks maybe?
Okay, so before they bolt, Finn's like, come on, let's go, and he takes Hesperis' hand. Does she get advantage for me holding her hand?
Are you proficient with athletics?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Hesperis is definitely not proficient in athletics.
How?
Because I am strong.
Sure, why not?
Hey!
Sure, why not? I'll give you advantage on that.
Oh gosh. Natural 20!
Hey!
Wow. Wow. Just wow. Okay, so, God, what does this look like with this natural 20? I will say you completely, like, she doesn't see you guys at all as you right around the corner. She, like, you can see, she turns around and her eyes are, like, on fire. She's so mad. She's looking around to see who did that. And, she looks back and, like, begins to raise the tent again, like, the people underneath.
And I, with the natural 20, like, in a panic, my wings come out, and while we're kind of holding hands, and it's kind of like running at the side of a stall, kind of like half floating there, I'm gonna bring Finn and I back up, like, on top of one of these bizarre stalls, if they're on, like, on the roof, on the far side from her, and, like, just peek over the top of it just to check.
Sure, yeah, definitely. You're just like, and you see, like, she's beginning to raise the tent again. She's looking around furious, and like once the tent's up, she begins like walking towards the bank, just like to go and investigate. She looks furious, like the water just getting like boom, ripples. Boom.
You think this is misdemeanor or felony, like on scale?
I don't know, but it was great. See, this is exactly what it's like to worship Levi. It's like exciting and you feel alive.
Yes, I am feeling all of the things that are keeping me alive. I am feeling them all very much right now. Right, yes.
You see her face.
And she looks very angry.
To kill us.
Yes, she does. This is what Levi does? Levi wants you to die. No, that's strong. What is...
Well, I mean, so basically, like, Levi wants to shake it up a little, you know? When things get too boring or stagnant, he just wants to, like, shake it up.
Tremblay loves stagnation. He loves whatever is going to happen is going to happen. It's out of your hands. It feels your...
Which is clearly not true, because we just changed, that lady's day. We changed
Yes.
everything.
For one way or another, we did change things for her. I think that was fun. I think... yeah.
That was really fun. We should do it more often.
Yeah. I'm going to fucking take something out of my pocket. I'm gonna see what's in my inventory. I'm gonna take a candle out of my pocket. And I would like to see how far away are we from her? Is she fully gone?
She would have looked around for a little bit.
I want to try to hit her in the back of the head with a candle from my pocket with a tea light candle. Just like bounce it off the back of her head.
I mean, she's probably like 50 feet away or so.
I'm gonna try it. It's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try.
Okay. Whatever improvised weapons are, roll
I'm
the hit.
sure
I have a sling. I have a sling.
Okay. Yeah.
Here,
Are you gonna
put
have
it in
Finn
this.
do it?
No, I'll give it to her. Okay. No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna teach her how to use my sling.
I've never used a weapon before in my life.
Here, you just put your hand like this, and he'll put his other hand on her other hand, and he's guiding it. Okay, so pull it back, and...
This isn't gonna hurt her, right? This is just going to be...
Oh, it'll be fine. Okay. You started it.
Yeah, okay, just do it.
Great, now, and let go.
All right, roll the hit.
It's Finn, right?
Here comes our fourth natural 20 of the evening.
Oh, God.
Finn is guiding your hand, so we can let Finn roll it.
Okay.
I'm there, but ineffectual.
Oh my God!
Oh,
this is
Guys
insane!
love shenanigans.
This is insane! Okay.
What does this natural 20 look like?
Would you like to narrate it, Deanna?
Hesperis is just there, just holding on to it, and as it releases, I guess it just beams her in the back of the head. Hesperis just and goes down the side of the roof and doesn't see what happens after that. So Finn can decide what happens after that.
Wait, I think she's looking our way.
It clonks her in the back of the head. You see it the candle break and fly past her face. It hits her so hard. She gets knocked off guard so hard. She falls forward and just right into the water.
Hesperis, I think you killed her.
I have to go. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't leave.
She's okay. She's okay.
I think she's moving. I think I see bubbles in the water.
There's bubbles.
I hear screaming. I think she's alive.
It's a vicious sling.
You just see as she grabs on to the platform, the wood of one of the platforms that have already been raised, and just pulls herself out of the water onto the platform, rubs her head, and just looks back in the she doesn't see you all with that natural 20, and just screams at the top of her lungs, and this gust of wind just and the gloom stalkers begin to you hear them, and they begin. She looks at both of them, and you can't hear from this distance what she says, but they look out and they begin to fly out in that direction towards where you guys are. Direction. They don't know where you are, but they know it's in somewhat of that direction, and they are flapping and they are beginning to look down.
We are at the bazaar. We are regular patrons. Would you like something to eat? And I'm going to start sliding off the roof. We are walking in a regular way from the market stalls.
Walking with her. That's a really great
delicious.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love apples. They're like my favorite food.
Would you like an apple? And I'm gonna purchase things from the stands because I'm a regular customer.
And you get by without but they were circling and like just watching the perimeter of where this woman is, just circling and watching.
Better be careful, Hesperis. They might not let you in the carnival.
She would not recognize me, yes? Like, we were at a great distance.
Yeah, I don't think she'll recognize. I mean, you were really tricky. Very spontaneous, see?
Okay. It's very kind of you. I want some water. I'm going to drink some water.
You have tea, though. We have more tea.
Yes, thank you.
Finn's just like walking around with this like jug sloshing back and forth.
Lavender tea is very calming.
Is this what it is like all the time? To be you, just to do what comes into your brain and then you just do it?
Yeah, I think so, for the most part. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I don't think before I do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But normally that comes after I do the thing. Yeah.
Do you think everyone is all right?
Oh, they're fine. I mean, yeah, they're okay. It was just a candle, and a very clever way to use a candle, I might say. I never would have thought to use one of those.
I don't usually use them. They're in the temple, we use them sometimes, but I mostly just have a bunch of candles with me that I don't do anything with them. So
you don't burn them for Rembles?
Rembles is more how do you say? A wet kind of god. Sounds bad. It's more
like he likes water.
Yeah, or at least in the temple in Dawn's Rise, we use the baths.
That's why you wash your face every night before bed.
Also hygiene and cleansing oils and the things.
Right.
Yes. Yes, that's part of it, yes.
Hesperis, I have a question. You're not a sun elf, are you?
My mother was a sun elf, and the man who raised me was a sun elf.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to be rude.
No. No, go ahead.
When we were at the tower, Ramirez in the paintings, she has wings like the ones you have, or at least it looks like it.
Yeah. Yes, she certainly did, didn't she? Yeah. I am not. In terms of how I was raised, I would consider myself a sun elf, but I am technically not this.
I mean, that's cool. I was just curious.
Yes.
I've never met what Ramirez is or a sun elf, so I wouldn't know the difference, you know?
Yes. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, we can keep eating these apples and drinking tea.
You can ask me anything else, it's fine. I'm not trying to say, don't ask me questions. I'm just about the particular...
Okay. Do you like Luden?
Yes, I like Luden very much.
Like, how much?
I would say that I love him. He's very close to me.
Like, you love him? Okay. No, it's fine.
What?
That's fine too.
No, I'm not, I think the tone,
I mean, I love Luden too, but not in the way I think you mean you love Luden, right?
Yes,
Like,
I mean,
also
Luden
love
is like
Ermir
a
and
little
Samson.
brother.
Wait, you mean he's like a brother to you?
Like a much younger brother, yes.
Oh, okay. Whew. Okay, yeah, that's understandable. He's pretty young.
How old are you?
Me?
are you older than Luton is my question. I believe Luton is 23. Something like this.
I mean, mentally, yes. I'm very mature.
Do you not want to talk about it?
I'm 20.
20?
Yeah.
You're 20.
Yeah,
You're
which
20
is,
years old?
Yes, which is
You were raised with
an
elves.
adult.
Yes, but you were raised with elves and you are 20?
Well, yeah. I mean, do you think we like age like in an advanced way or
Elves? Well, for elves, you are very, very young.
Believe me, I know, okay? Like, I haven't heard that a lot.
I am more than twice your age, Finnalai. I am feeling weird in this moment.
Really? I mean, like, but seriously, I've been around elves, right? So, like, your age is like nothing. My brother's like triple your age, okay? Yeah, totally fine.
Yes.
You're like really young.
Yes, I am. I am very young, which means that you are very, very young, Finnalai.
I'm an adult. I'm an adult in elf years, right? And most definitely in human years, probably. I don't know, but I'm guessing that's the case.
Well, in human years, yes, you are an adult. I am not.
See, and I'm only half elf, so technically, like,
so you are somewhere between a toddler and an adult. That is mean.
No. I am full adult.
No, I was younger than you when I joined the temple, and I am you. So you are fully an adult. I've always seen you as an adult. It is just from point of view of elf. It is. I am hearing police sirens in my head right now. Someone wants to sit me down and have a conversation about my text history.
Don't listen to them. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes. I spent most of my life with elves. I am very, very young for the elves, so I am 47. I don't know if I should.
Okay, but seriously, isn't it annoying that they treat you so young? Because you're not, right? Like, you're grown. We deserve to be treated like adults. And with respect.
Yes, everyone deserves to be treated with respect. And I do think of you as an adult, Finnalai. I always
Thank you.
Yes. I am not a predator. So
okay.
I think of you as an adult. I am just now thinking of you from elf point of view, and this is not fair to you. And my age is weird as it is. Nobody knows how long I have, so who knows how late.
I'm sure you have a very long time.
Nobody knows. Are those Urmir and Prearia over there? I think way over there. I don't know if I actually see them or not. So
you just think you see them?
I think maybe I see them. I think maybe I have made things very strange in the last minute or so.
I have ruined this, and you think I am a toddler.
I think your mother is probably very scared right now.
My mother?
Or I don't know, but whoever is guardian of you, if they are an elf, which I think you are raised by elves, be concerned, right?
I'm my own guardian, Hesperis. Me and Livy.
Okay. Yes. I just, you are an adult, and I just need a moment to. Yes.
You want another apple?
So.
I'm so sorry.
I think I just broke Hesperis.
Was there
it's,
anything? Was there anything else you wanted to say to one another?
I am sorry if I made things very strange. I like you a great deal, and I want to continue speaking with you. I just hit with the reality of living with people who are not elves, I think. You know, Luden is so obviously human, and you are not, so.
Right. I get it's weird, which is why I don't go running around saying, "Hey everyone, I'm this age."
Yeah.
But I am an adult.
You are. I consider myself an adult from the time I was 14, so you've got me beat.
I mean, I think being an adult constitutes being able to make your own decisions, right? And having experience. And I'm getting all sorts of experience out here, so I'm becoming even more of an adult.
I have had very, very few experiences, so maybe in some ways you are more adult than I am.
Yeah, I mean, that's very possible. But that's okay. I mean, we can become adults together.
I like
that
you
sounded
very,
better
very
in my
much.
head.
No.
I like you too, Hesperis. I don't think I've laughed this long in a long time.
I am a little bit ridiculous, I think. But it's okay. Hesperis is gonna lean in, give him a kiss on the cheek, and then just start moving in the other direction to where she thinks Ermir and Briari are coming. Just go away real quick.
So, before we regroup, the timeline is a little wonky, but we're going to go to day 3 of Praeria selling poisons. We had to kind of backtrack on that a little bit.
Sweet flashback.
I would like to say, however, before we transition, that Finn's buds are like half bloomed now in his hair when he gets that little kiss.
And it's just one big flower. Right now.
It's very red.
Did she kiss you on the cheek?
One big adult flower.
One big adult flower.
The most adult flower
Fully
that's ever
grown
adulted.
flower.
Fully grown flower.
I need to talk to Samson as soon as possible.
How do you deal with everyone being so much younger than you all the time?
Oh my god, Samson, he's a baby. Is this morally okay?
You're gonna ask Samson if something's morally okay.
Oh, I can't wait
It's
for
what
that
morally
conversation.
okay? It wasn't a date, right?
I did
Go
get a
sell
kiss
your
at the end,
poison
so-
spray.
All right. We're back to day 3 of poison selling.
This is definitely poison selling music.
So, you sold poisons on day 1, Praeria. You had a couple different individuals approach you on day 1, day 2, and those individuals being, let me go back down here. Where is it? There it is. You were approached by 2 men on day 1. Day 2, you were approached by a priest and a child. I don't think you sold a single bottle. But you noticed on day 2 that the individuals that approached you had heard word of an individual, yourself, selling poisons on the street. So,
As you do.
day 3 approaches. And as the morning of day 3, you all are back together. We're kind of going to rewind for just a moment, go back in time here. As the morning of day 3 arrives, you are all awoken very early in the morning. And Hennevi rushes over to you all smiling and says, "Great news. We have a lead. I had a feeling it was only a matter of time before one of them would slip up. Turns out, some of the local militia has heard word of some shady activity. They are planning a sting operation. If we leave early enough, we can beat them to the source and ensure we are the first ones there. We'll surround them. I have some darts of dreaming. We'll make a stealth approach. Are you all ready?
Yes, where are we?
Is this all of us back at the...
You're all back at the hideout right now.
Okay.
And we have the Home Alone music, so I feel like this is gonna go really well.
We are Sparrowhawk now.
Yeah, let's go. If it's what you say it is, let's get out there.
You all are led out of the outpost, and Hennevy leads you through the Emerald District, past the Golden Citadel, into the Shimmering Bazaar. She gestures to you all. This way. I spoke to the blacksmith of the Tempered Edge, Nylia. She's allowed us to use the second floor of the smithy. It has the perfect bird's eye view down to the bazaar.
Okay, after you.
Okay, you guys begin making your way up the steps to the second floor.
Yes, we're following your lead.
You guys follow her up to the second floor, and she begins to just kind of like stake out. She goes, "All right, keep your heads down. Our intel heard word of an individual selling poisons on the street. Seeing as that doesn't follow the laws of Sable and the Alchemist Guild, I'd say our culprit is rather desperate. Perhaps they need the money to flee the city and escape Hush's grasp. Or perhaps it's a trap. They've been setting up over in that area over there." And she kind of points, "Praeria, that's where you've been setting up for the past 2 days." She points to the farmer's market-like stands, and that's where you've been setting up for the past 2 days. She looks at Ludin. She goes, "Ludin, you or I could get closer, within range, and then the other can signal to use the darts of dreaming. One of you can make a distraction while we capture the culprit."
Yes, this is perfect. I'm on my way. Yes, Hennessy, and he's gone.
Hennevy, where'd you say you got this intel?
Oh, from the local militia.
From the local militia?
Yes, they heard word of somebody selling poisons in the market. A variety of people have been making their way, and word has been traveling.
I didn't realize selling potions could get the attention of the local militia.
Well, it's not potions, it's poison.
Or poisons, yeah.
Apparently, this individual had mentioned that these poisons were very, very rare, exquisite.
What do you do with the person once you catch them?
Well, we're going to find out. They must be associated with Hush, I'm sure. Who would sell poisons in the middle of the...
I just keep glancing it back and forth from Hennevy to Praeria this whole time.
Hesperis is totally non-subtly just looking at Praeria like, are we...
I'm picking up what's being put down here at this
Praeria
point.
is chiller. She doesn't know what anybody's talking about. I mean, that's a weird thing that's happening.
Samson's like, yeah, let's get this dirt bag selling poison.
How do we know that they have not already gone?
Well, we don't, but I don't imagine that they would be gone. I mean, we've been pretty hush, and... I didn't mean for that pun to happen.
Pretty what?
Have you
pretty
now?
Suspicious of your hand.
If I didn't know,
I'm going to need to see your hands.
I'm gonna put a hand on Ermir's shoulder. I'm like, Hennevy, this is such a great spot. I cannot believe that you guys found this quickly. It's only been a couple of days. Isn't this great intel, Ermir?
The greatest.
Samson.
Excellent effort.
Yeah. I don't... Something tells me that this isn't the lead we need to be tracking down.
Isn't it kind of weird though that it's illegal to sell poisons? I mean, shouldn't it just be illegal to use them?
Why don't Luden, Hennevi, why don't you stake out this great spot and keep an eye on the poisons? Just you two together. Rest of us will look at some other places unless you think this is the point we must stay at.
You know what? I think that's very wise, Hesperis. I think our maybe we could be better used somewhere else, but I think that's very wise.
We are much better suited to gathering intel.
Also, why would Hush just like set up a booth in the middle of the market? It seems kind of silly, don't you think?
Very strange, yes.
What?
Well, it could be a connection. They might not necessarily be associated with Hush, but it could be connected to them in some way.
Excellent point. We will go down and gather information among the shoppers while you and Luden keep watch from your perch.
Together.
Give us a
Very
signal, and then
closely.
we'll just give us a signal, and we'll all swarm around the culprits. It'd be great.
All right.
Prepare ourselves.
You she's like, that sounds like a good idea. And you guys all kind of like shift away while
We'll start
Luden...
with the Barbucks.
I mean,
Yes.
with best friend rights, I'm gonna make this face as Luden as I climb down the side.
I feel like Luden would be panicking right now.
We'll do this thing when we have Christian back. We'll do a flashback.
Yeah, we'll do a flashback to that moment.
You guys didn't do anything too crazy with him, did you? No.
And the rest of you kind of descend.
I want to go to Barbucks. I haven't got to try coffee yet.
Is anyone?
You're gonna love coffee.
You will love the cappuccino.
Poor Ormir's like...
Is anyone going to tell them?
Luden already knows. That's why I said I think Luden would be panicking right now.
Yeah.
So that's why we'll come back to that moment with them up there
Okay.
next week.
Then off to Barbucks.
On the way there, Prearia disposes of her ratty cloak. No reason.
Sure.
No reason.
Just
sure.
Just gonna throw that over here.
Seems like kind of stringent rules, though, don't you think?
I mean, poisons are specifically meant to injure and kill others, which might be why they are restricted.
It's a controlled substance.
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely have to like show your driver's license and pass a background check.
Your
all that
poison
kind of stuff
license.
before you
What
get
is a
one.
driver
But-
license?
Adventurers pass through here, right? And
Yeah.
they use poisons.
Yes, but they don't set up a booth in the middle of the bazaar and sell them. Usually. Anyway.
I mean, a sword could kill somebody, too. I saw that guy over there selling swords.
Well, I'm sure he's licensed to do so, right?
I mean,
Probably is.
anything could be metaphorically. You know, a candle to the back of the head could be lethal if fire.
Well, it depends on, the velocity and things.
Definitely
Yeah.
could be, though.
Esprit
When
just
hit-
makes people explode from the inside. So
It's true.
I mean,
It is taking upon the shame and the guilt that they hold on inside themselves as a kindling, so it's not the weapon is in you the whole time.
Or Samson's charm.
yeah. I just look at people and they die.
Looks could kill.
Yeah, I know, right?
You'll have to show me that sometime.
It's this horn that's disappeared. It makes it so bad.
Way to make it awkward, Samson.
Did we want to, maybe it is too public to discuss what everyone found? Do we wait for Luden to come
Oh
back?
wait, this is before.
Where are we in the timeline now?
I think that's 30 hours from now.
Alright.
Yeah.
In about let's
You
regroup.
guys-
Let's
you
regroup
guys-
in about 30 hours.
You guys
all
read.
of our faces just like like shift at the same time.
You guys regroup back at the Strands of Saffron Inn as you guys all walk in after your date.
We resume at the Barbucks next to the Strands of Saffron Inn. Thank you. That is attached to the building.
It's true.
Do you really?
We've all got punch cards now.
There are 24 Barbucks locations in Sable.
There's also a Charms and Nobles next to it.
Oh my god.
Barbucks and Charms and Nobles.
How do you do it? Oh my god. Okay, this is canon now. I hate that I ever said the word Barbucks.
There needs to be a shirt.
I was just thinking that. Need a Barbucks shirt.
Oat milk, extra hot, half sweet chai latte with half a tablespoon of cinnamon. And for my dear Finnalai, matcha frappuccino with 5 pumps lavender and 5 pumps raspberry and 3 additional pumps of just the simple syrup. Yeah?
And extra whipped cream.
Extra whipped cream. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You can add all of that to your drinks. I just get a chai latte.
I just points to science.
Yes. I'll have whatever Hesperis is having.
Oat milk can be a little bit extra sweet, so if you prefer a more mellow flavor, you might want to stick with dairy or perhaps an almond milk. But
is it vegetarian?
Well, technically oat milk is a vegan drink, yes.
Perfect.
I mean, all of it is vegetarian. They don't put meat in the coffee, usually, I think. But Hesperis buys everybody drinks. Pay whatever it takes to get lavish accoutrement.
You guys return from your Samson and Ludin from the address where you witnessed the wedding proposal, and Urmir and Praeria. You guys, it takes you a little bit longer because you end up having to go back to get Praeria, but you do eventually all meet up at the Barbucks that's apparently attached to the Strands of Saffron Inn.
If we want to stay here and talk, we have to keep ordering drinks every just once in a while. I'll keep that.
Yo, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna tell the wonderful story of Marcus and Philium to Finn and Hesperis post their date as Ludin sits in silence, and as Urmir and Praeria come in, I'm gonna be like, and then there were these butterflies. They flew out of this box. I don't know where he got them. Like, they had to come here from thousands of miles away because there's no butterflies in the desert. And then, like, I don't know how he did it, but he had 2 string quartets come around the corner. He revealed the marble statue. It was beautiful and amazing. And I don't know how he did it. I guess he did it himself. I didn't see any chalk on his hands, but it was so beautiful and it was amazing. And it was lovely and so cute. And he said yes. And then they went inside, I'm guessing for all kinds of fun stuff. I didn't stick around to watch that, but he admitted that apparently Marcus works over at the merchant tax place, and he didn't want it to be suspicious, so he called it beans instead of marble statue. So that's why it was so weird.
That is so lovely.
How did we miss that? Oh,
it was adorable, honestly.
So there weren't any beans?
No beans. Just a giant statue of love.
Well,
that sounds nice.
It was extremely romantic.
Yes, I'm sure it was. So Praeria and I may have found something interesting. And I'll pull out the 2 books that I stole. the journal and the like a poison recipe book.
Yes.
Yes.
You want
Miss Praeria will go for her drink like it's wine, and before she remembers that it's coffee, and she's like, oh.
No, we stopped for wine, didn't we?
Huh?
We stopped for wine.
You
didn't
did.
we?
You stopped for wine.
Yes, but she wants more of it.
I mean, at Barbucks, they serve alcohol and coffee.
Oh, they do?
Oh.
Excellent.
Yes, they serve Irish coffee.
Right, she's drinking that.
But yeah, so Irma will take these books, put them on the table, and who could read the poison? I guess he'll slap that book over to Priori because he knows she makes poison, and Stephanie will be like, I bet you'll find some bomb making recipes, in here, and
I might, but the thing is, I don't think that he made them, or he was going to make them. The bombs.
What do you mean? His entire house was rigged to explode.
He is strange man, but he did not seem to me dangerous. He seemed like a shop owner. He make things, he sell them, and mostly good things, help people. A lot of his things stolen. They were taken. Someone else do the explosion.
Huh. I'll open up the diary or the journal or whatever.
Yeah, we've got to get these back to him.
Okay.
You
You begin reading through it. The more recent entries.
Yes.
In the journal.
I'm just looking for anything that has
you have like just kind of like skimming through the pages. You immediately know this is this man's personal diary. But near the end of the more recent entries, like
there's one very long entry about I saw a woman selling poison today at the bazaar, and she was.
No, he's been in his house.
And then I went and I told the Sparrowhawks about her because no competition. Get her out of here.
The more recent entries, he kind of like talks through like he begins talking about the things that were stolen from him, and he's trying to figure out like why these items were stolen. Apparently they were stolen like multiple times. These items have been stolen from him. Some of them like 3 times. And then he starts talking about how he's begun to have shipments sent to his house instead of his shop, and that he's started to create like potions at his house instead of at the shop itself. So he had to like kind of makeshift put together a little laboratory on the side of his study. And then near the end, you can kind of see where he's trying to theorize as to what it could be that like why these same items keep getting stolen. And there's kind of like scribblings in there like I don't understand why. You can make silver nitrate if you combine some of the ingredients, and then those will cauterize wounds. And then there's something like he's like ammonia, of course, can be used as a cleaning agent, and nitric acid is a secret ingredient that I would personally put in fertilizers. And then he's like, and I do know that you can combine silver with nitric acid to create silver nitrate. Combined with ammonia, you can make a very reflective compound. Very shiny, very reflective, almost looks like mercury. Unfortunately, ammonium nitrate is a component for things that explode. So he kind of talks through like his concerns for bombs and just a variety of him just kind of trying to theorize as to why these components may have been stolen. And then he starts going into his what he's going to make for breakfast tomorrow and dinner, and he feels very lonely and wishes for better things, and a lot of bad things. Like he's down on his luck, and it just starts to get very personal and depressing.
All right. Yes. Hermes scans the pages, and and reads this book. Just he closes the book. He goes, I may have made a mistake. Yeah, I guess he's not our guy.
See, nice man. Strange, nice man.
I wouldn't go that far, but so Hush stole these items from him, and he was simply ordering more to his home instead of his shop, which explains the entries on the ledger.
Do you know it was Hush?
Well, it's gotta be, right? I mean, who else? You're right. I shouldn't jump to conclusions.
I think we should.
Of course you do.
I do. Is there anything in your dad's book about silver nitrate or anything like that? Is it listed as an ingredient anywhere in that? Silver nitrate, nitric acid, any of that
There
stuff?
was. Prairie looks through her pockets for the list he wrote. Something else. This one here. And she points to like the last thing he said. What was it?
He said there's still
Meridium, wasn't it?
Meridium.
Meridium. Yeah.
Meridium.
Okay.
He said they took
Okay.
Meridium too. That he couldn't order anymore, right?
Yes,
Right,
because
yeah.
it's so expensive and he couldn't order it regularly to replace because it was so expensive.
He said very expensive. Very strange thing. This.
Also, all of these ingredients are in your father's masterwork, Uramir.
He takes a minute to process all of this and he says, it's definitely Hush. All of these, they're using my father's masterwork for something. All of the ingredients that are listed are right here, along with the sweet mesa that we found earlier, or that was taken earlier.
I will say, the Meridium isn't on the list.
So, should we make a list of everything that's been stolen around the city? And maybe we can all put it all together and then figure out what they're intending.
Yeah. Is there anything else anything else that's needed from my father's masterwork?
No, all the components are there. The only thing that's not listed on in that book is the Meridium, which is interesting.
Do we know what Meridium is?
Yes.
Is it? Okay, cool.
It's just it's like knowing what gold is, like everyone knows what gold is. For our audience, Meridium is essentially a component ore that if you touch, like let's say I walk over and I touch Meridium to some gold, the Meridium becomes gold.
I'm gonna link the rules.
Yes, please do.
Well, everything besides the Meridium is in here. But I'm sure they need that for something as well.
Your father's masterwork. Do you know what it does? What they might be trying to use it to do?
Not entirely. Well, a lot of it's written in code, and I'm still deciphering it. I know it's called Rialta's Forge, and as I told you, Rialta was my mother's name, and with the Mesa, can bring people back to the material plane. Maybe Hush is trying to use it to bring someone else back. That's my theory. I don't know who, I don't know why, I don't know where they are. We don't know anything.
Well, we did learn something. We learned that they're stealing from our dear Horace. And we learned that they need all these things that are on your dad's list. Which means they're probably gathering it for him, right? And
We know from the shipment numbers that we have, or would we know if they have enough of what they need already?
Are there any measurements or weights in my dad's notebook that can help me determine that?
They have enough to build a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Like more than one?
Oh yeah. Like
They're planning
50.
something big.
Right.
Wait.
the Meridium is really rare. All this other stuff is rare too, but they clearly kind of knew this guy Horace was needing more and wanting more. Maybe we should order Horace some more Meridium and see who shows up to steal it.
That was my thought as well. If we order it to the shop and we happen to be around when it happens, we can try to track them, yes?
And whoever steals it will know it's connected to Hush.
And we'll follow them. See what they take it.
Yes.
Because they wouldn't. It sounds like the Meridium is also involved with your dad's stuff.
In some way.
I am not any kind of Swiss. Can Meridium be used to duplicate any substance or only ore?
Depends on the Meridium.
Could it duplicate
The Mesa?
Yeah.
The good stuff can.
So what do you think they're trying to do? Like, what do you think the end goal is?
Well, I don't know what your father's original plans were for the machine, but it seems, it might be possible that they are trying to use the Mesa to bring back a soul and the Forge to create a body in which to encase the soul. I don't know, a sort of Warforged with a soul kind of thing.
Yeah, but they've got enough here to make 50 of these things. What are they bringing back? An army? A small army or something?
Or something really big, right?
That would require a lot of Mesa, maybe.
I don't know anyone nefarious enough to know what Hush is all about. I don't know what Hush wants. I don't know if they're people who want to get gold or if they want power.
But we do know somebody who could find out, or who might even know more than we do.
Who?
No.
I'm just saying, we do.
He would know.
It's not the worst idea.
And he promised. I think.
I take the rum that I've been adding to my coffee and I offer some to Uri.
What is your say?
He just takes a long sigh and grabs it.
I fill up his coffee cup a little bit more. To the top with rum.
To the top. Says, fine. I don't trust him. But if I'm being honest, I'm starting to get desperate. So if he has some sort of information, I mean, he already knows about Micah apparently, and he is more connected than we are here.
I have a suggestion. Why not any time that any of us are going to speak to Cyprian, Urmir is there because this is his father and his search, and how we relate to Cyprian should be under his understanding as it is.
That's a great idea. I can even introduce you if you want, Urmir. Like, formally.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that would help. He still doesn't seem too happy about it, but
I'm gonna turn into the man that I made to do rumors for at the bar. Some boisterous, large Santa Claus looking guy with salt and pepper beard. And I'm gonna say, well, I'm off to the bazaar. I'm just gonna go loudly order some Meridium for us. Make sure everybody knows and send it to our friend at
Please let me speak to him before we do anything. He is very strange.
Should I not go ahead and order it so it can be on its way?
You could go with him.
If we spook him,
I can wait. I can wait. We can go. We can do it tomorrow. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Also, well, just be careful around any of his things. If you go by his store or just don't touch anything.
Is he, like, dangerous?
Everything's rigged to explode.
I turn back into regular Samson, but I'm a little disappointed.
I'll hand Pregaria the other book. I'll say, hopefully he understands.
Hey, oh, yeah, she still has no idea how she's gonna get these back.
But that you get to think about that over until the next episode.
You could break into his house and put the books back and then come back around and just say the books were there the whole time. You went crazy.
Yeah, I'll just gaslight him.
He was hearing voices earlier.
It has worked for us so far.
Or you could just put it in his garden in the backyard with a little ribbon and be like, here you go, but don't sign your name.
Yeah, sign Finn's name.
No, don't sign mine.
Just tie it with a ribbon, leave a little note that says Teehee, and then he can choose to figure out who he thinks put it there.
That's very spontaneous, Hesperis.
Oh, he will lose his entire mind. I will figure out. Oh dear.
We come back. Horse has got a Gatling gun attached to his roof.
Yeah.
A magical Gatling gun.
So,
It shoots acidy poisons.
As you all, I'm guessing you guys leave Barbucks, right?
We
Not before another round.
We write a screenplay first.
You
we tip the barista as well for the amount of time we've taken.
As you all leave, you kind of look out and you see sitting on one of the, as you're leaving, you see sitting on one of the sandstone benches near the steps leading down into the city from the entrance up above, you see about 100 feet away Cassius. He's sitting there and he's writing in his journal. And sitting next to him, Cyprian.
God damn it.
And Finnalai, with your passive insight, Cyprian looks very sad and tired. And he just sits there, and you see his lips moving. And Cassius continues to write in his journal. Cyprian just kind of like looks up, seeing you all, stands up, and leaves into the shadows. And Cassius continues to write in his journal.
I'll glance over at Finn.
I'm sure they were just talking.
I don't think they were.
I don't think so either. Hey, Cassius.
You guys walk up to Cassius.
I wave at him. It's like,
Cassius,
hey,
Cassius looks up.
Samson, for fuck's sake. On me.
On me.
Damn it.
Thank you.
Alright, that's on me. That's on me.
Every time we are in private, we say on me. And every time we're in public, someone starts yelling.
Yes, Samson.
Hey, me. Oh, wave at him.
Cassius looks up when you say, "Hey, Cassius," and he just kind of like gives you this like confused look, like like he knows you're not supposed to do that, and he kind of stands up, shuts the book, and walks over to you all. Oh,
hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well. I've been keeping track of everything that's been happening.
We got you a drink. Sorry. Finn's gonna hand him his.
His Barbucks order?
It's like half empty.
And a bagel. I got him an everything bagel.
Did you get him an everything bagel? I guess he takes his bagel and his half-drunk coffee. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's like half his drink.
And he just smiles at you and he goes, "Thank you, Hesperis. Thank you, Finn." Very politely.
Hey, yeah, so what were you just doing?
He spoke to Cyprian.
Oh, hold up. Let's see what he says.
I was writing. What do you mean? I was just writing.
Wait. I mean, you were talking.
Nope.
Oh.
You were just sitting there? Not just
Talking.
writing to yourself? Yeah?
He kind of looks at Finn and he looks very confused. And then he looks back at Samson and he goes, "Yes, that's what I've been doing most of this entire trip here in Sable. You know this. I mean, you've seen me sitting and writing.
Yes.
What is this about?
Everything's fine. Nothing weird.
I was worried personally. You've been spending a lot of time alone, and we were worried that you might have felt left out. You've been this whole evening alone, yes?
Yes. I mean, I've gone in and I've but every now and then I like to come out and have some fresh air. I've gone into the Strands of Saffron Tavern and I've had a few drinks and I've continued to write.
What you writing? So he's gonna look, see if he can see what's on the page.
I cast message to Ermir.
Oh, he has the book closed.
Thank you.
Oh.
I cast message to Ermir and I say, no need to scare him. He didn't see him.
Should that not be more worrisome?
You all clearly saw Cyprian.
Yeah.
I
know.
I cast message again. I say, only because Cyprian wanted us to see him. Don't know why yet.
Okay.
But the good thing is, he could be talking to Cassius, but he's choosing not to. Means he's a man of his word, at least.
Well, we're glad that you got some writing done. Sounds productive.
Have you seen the carnival setting up? We are planning to go when it opens next week. Would you like to come with us? Ami?
I saw the display kind of descend into the shimmering bazaar. I'd love to go. It looks wonderful. Very dark, but mysterious and interesting.
It could be fun.
They should have the tent up by now.
Well, we just have got a lot of drinks and some little snacks, but we are probably going to get dinner soon. Is it right? So if you wanted to join us for dinner, or if you wanted to spend, obviously, however you want to spend your time is fine. But...
Of course, I've I've been writing far too much. I'd like to enjoy all of your company, if that's okay.
Of course.
Of course.
And he just kind of like puts his book into his bag, and he will join you all for dinner. And I think that is where we will stop this evening's session for the night. Woo! All right, let me thank all of our new followers. Let me see what we got going on here. Thank you, Yireless23 for the follow. Of course, Game Player 3009 for the resub. And of course, we're gonna miss you. You're gonna be gone for 3 weeks. That makes me so sad. But we can't wait to have you back when you do get back. Lawful Stupid RPG with the raid of 21 viewers. Thank you so much. Diner Dude for the follow. CJ Starry for the 10 bits. Flock Obama for the gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much for that. We love you. Thank you, Inexception 1990 for the follow. Fateful Encounters for the raid of 28. Tempest Thema for the follow. True Potato Wife for the follow. And and Avery Berry 77 for the follow. Thank you all so very much. If you enjoyed our show this evening, you can follow the cast with the command FateCast. And you can follow all of us on social media if you like, or you can use the command socials to follow Ink and Liar on social media. If you enjoyed the show, please consider supporting us with a sub or use that free Twitch Prime sub. Again, it takes a lot of work to bring you this content every week, and we want to keep bringing you this content every week. You get access to our secret corridor channel on our Discord server, where we share work in progress shots and early access things as well, and of course our emotes. You can also catch up on all of our shows on YouTube, which with command YouTube. So yeah, make sure to do that if you are new to our channel this evening. Our other shows we have on this channel on Tuesdays, which is tomorrow, we have our Twisted Veil show, which is a Through the Breach Malifaux campaign. Very different. It's not Dungeons and Dragons. We use card